Here we go. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're live, and we're going to throw down on the evening of Monday, right before the Sony press conference. But we're actually here today to give our thoughts on the E3 uh, based off of Microsoft press conference. I'm your host again, Hebot8, or Hebot for some, with my co-host Sega Forever. We're joined here by a couple of guys in the panel. We supposed to have more people that were supposed to be here, but they're having troubles with, Hangout, or, they just can't make it. Unfortunately, because due to time and lack of 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 the ability to be able to, join us because they need to go to work, which is understandable. So, like I said before, and I've said many times, have some respect on the comment section. Be mindful. Listen to us with open eyes and open ears rather. Listen to us carefully. Because what we have here is basically almost 350 years of game or players, history or experience of gamers on this, on this panel. I'm so glad to be joined by my Exbodian brothers. So I'm gonna introduce each one by one, and we'll start from there. So let's start with the special guest, basically, because this is a second worldwide premiere uh, in a podcast. Like I said, a very, very kind and gentle soul, but a very big supporter of all of us. We're going to start with you, NWO Prime. Introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? I'm NWO Prime, the voice of reason in the Xbox community, Tyrannosaurus Rex of the X. I'm just glad to be here with my brothers tonight.
That's what's up. Thank you for joining us, Prime. Like it's a pleasure to have you on for your second appearance. And then, like everybody knows, my compatriot and brotherhood man of the hour from my Facebook gaming group and online gaming group, the one that has been giving me nothing but push and love out there than more than anybody else, along with Jay Long, obviously, and some others like E-Rock and Forever. Mr. 100, please introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? This is Hunted. Y'all hearing my voice? I'm tired from yesterday. We had a ball. I'm still trying to, you know, kick it in. But happy to be here.
And no, the honor is always ours to have you on, Mr. 100. Thank you for making the time for us. And of course, like I always said, the uh, big man in the little body, or big brain person in the little boy's body. Well, you know what I mean. I always get it confused. But we have J Long 908 joining us. J Long, please introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys?
That's my illegitimate son, by the way. I know I get embarrassed with that. I like embarrassing him with that, but it is what it is. Um, and of course, as you all heard that wonderful Mystique laugh, the one and only, the Twitter, uh, how you call it, uh, James Bond, if you will. My boy from another console, E-Rock 8150. Introduce yourself, please.
Hey guys, this is Iraq 8150, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand, and the meanest man on Twitter. Check me out on Twitter at Iraq 8150. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so get your popcorn.
Wow. And again, it's always an honor to have you on. Uh, Pretty soon it's going to become like your second home, like the DirectX.
I'm fuming. Man,
Well,
listen,
we're going to
listen,
hear from you real soon, real soon.
yeah, but get these introductions. Yo,
Hey, Forever, please introduce yourself. My co-host, take it Forever, my brother from Hawaii, and he's always trying to act very coy and humble, but he's really a savage, as we all know. So please introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox All In channel. I am Sega Forever. Looking forward to doing this. It's probably a good idea we're doing it on Monday as opposed to yesterday because I was completely losing my mind. So a little bit more calm today, but yeah, let's get into it.
Yes, indeed.
Well, again, thank you for giving me the honor to host your podcast, our podcast. Sorry. Um, but let's get this show on the road. We're not going to hold any punches because pretty much we're going to try to be as nice and concisive, if you will.
Nice.
Because if we're not, we're about to explode because it's too much ramblings and nonsense,
Yeah.
and
Wrong night for that shit.
we need to speak from the other side of the pond, if you will. So we're going to start with the one that can't hold it in it right now. We're going to start with E-Rock 8150. E-Rock, my man, what did you think yesterday about Microsoft showing, and maybe perhaps what was your favorite part of the show, or what didn't you expect that was like your mic drop moment?
Man, my mic drop moment actually happened almost immediately when the Xbox One X was announced, introduced, or whatever. And I wasn't expecting the console to be smaller than the Xbox One S. I mean
Right.
that is a feat of just
Yes. Technical
technical
feat.
prowess. I mean, I know they finally figured out a way to get heat sinks smaller. They figured out a way to get chips smaller down to damn near, I don't know, nanometer level. I mean, they really figured this shit out. But to have the console be smaller and what? How many more times powerful than the Xbox One S? I don't know. That's impressive. That's impressive. I enjoyed that. I was stunned. It didn't even seem like a Microsoft Xbox press conference.
Right.
As you know, our press conferences are usually riddled with shooters, bullets, and bodies everywhere. This press conference had indies, but these just weren't indies. As someone said yesterday, Lady Infamous on Intro Media uh, pot show. Shout out to her. This was these were quality indies. I mean,
Right.
I'd never seen Microsoft push out this many quality games. We saw Japanese games, which people have been crying about. We saw RPGs. We've seen PC ports coming to the Xbox now, as I think J Long and several others at Microbox of X had predicted this was going to happen. We just saw a lot of stuff yesterday. We saw BioWare at EA's new game. What the hell is that damn thing? It begins with an Anthem. Anthem just blew me away. I was also blown away by Assassin's Creed. Now I haven't bought an Assassin's Creed since the second
Yes.
Assassin's Creed. Matter of fact, I
Right.
renamed the series. Instead of calling it Assassin's Creed, I call it Assassin's Greed because every year there's a lame ass sequel. But no, not this time. This game looked beautiful. It was in ancient Egypt. And the first thing that popped out was the textures. The textures were beautiful. Forza Motorsports 7, which has got a lot to live up to, seeing how its biggest competitor now is its own brother, the Forza Horizon series. That game looked amazing, and the textures in that Dubai track, and all these games like The Last Night, and there was just so many great games, like 22 exclusives, 42 or 43 games in all, and somehow they managed to fit it in to 90 minutes. I mean, I'm shocked. It was a very subdued show. I didn't hear a lot of screaming and hooting and hollering. Uh, I'm not even upset about the price of. I hope I'm not jumping too far ahead. They announced the price of the Xbox One X as being $499, and I had hoped for a $399 price tag. But hindsight being 2020, that was a little bit unrealistic to expect a damn near super powered high end PC to be $400. So the price is comparable with, as I was told, by most graphics cards out there. So to end this long winded rant, I was very impressed by what Microsoft did. Uh, I'm very impressed, and I'm confident and happy about where they're heading. And God damn it, finally we're going to get Cuphead September 29th. So I don't have any complaints.
Nice, nice. Okay, that was pretty concise. Okay, so listen, NWO Prime, it's time to put your pants in and stop being shy. My man, let me know, what did you think about the press conference yesterday for Microsoft? What didn't you like? What surprised you? And what didn't you expect maybe, or expected but really wasn't what you thought it was going to be.
Well, first of all, the main thing happy about was the announcement of the Xbox One X. I
Hmm.
don't got no problem with the price. That's kind of the price I was expecting to be. Of course, as consumers, we would have liked a lower price, but I don't got no trouble paying $4.99. You're talking about a dummy that pays the original PS3. Now, as for game wise, I agree with E-Rod. They showed a lot of quality indie games, and I'm not really an indie games. I'm gonna probably check out. I even like the little Fox game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I told you my love for the Forza series, so I'm definitely looking forward to Forza 7. And game, I can't. Boy, I don't know why stuff slip my mind when I get live. That game,
Which one?
it's like Life is Strange. I like the first one a lot. I
Oh,
don't really
yeah.
pre-order the prequel. I think I made a video a long time ago about how much I like that game. The zombie
Right, right,
game, two. So basically, they kept on showing game after game. I didn't watch the whole watched it. And it was just the most gaming centric. I mean, how many E3 consoles do you get where they pronounce equipment and all them games at one time? Press
right.
conference.
There it is.
Prime.
Y'all still here?
That's it. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Okay. So you didn't have no. What was your drop mic moment? You got any of those?
The Xbox One X. That's the main thing I was thinking about the whole E3. I really won't think about nothing else.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Mr. 100, I don't even have to ask you twice because I saw you go ham as soon as the shit finished. But I wanted to hear it again though because it's a lot of fun. What did you think about the press? What did you like? What were your favorite moments? Your non-favorite moments? And maybe what was the drop mic moment that you didn't expect?
All right. Well, I can say my non-favorite moment probably was Minecraft. 'Cause I don't play that shit, son. The indies had me involved. If you, man, De Leon kept on saying, "I'm getting that. I'm getting that. I'm getting that."
uh,
I went to down there pre-order anything I could pre-order on that Xbox yesterday. Just pre-order, pre-order, pre-order. Um, I know people were complaining about they wanted more show times with like Crackdown and everything like that. But they actually showed Crackdown today on on Microsoft E3. I mean,
right,
their show, their little daily show. So they
right,
showed a
right.
lot of stuff. It was a lot of extended video. A lot of extended video got done like yesterday for Sea of Thieves. It's a 28-minute video on that.
Hmm.
I actually am glad that build that they're showing right now. I should have that built tomorrow.
Mm.
So with we saw on the stage, I will be able to play it tomorrow.
All right. So
Nice.
you were
Or when
invited. You were invited.
yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I get to play that tomorrow. No, I'm talking about tomorrow at home. That build
Right.
that you saw on the stage, yeah. So I'm in the alpha, so I will be able to play that. So
Okay.
because like I said, it doesn't look what I saw on that stage did not look what I played the last few times for you few times I got to play because you can't play it every day. They have like they cut servers on at a certain time, and you got like a play date. So Crackdown they I have people. It's not 100%. It's not 100% destructible. Yes, it is. They came out and said it today.
Right,
I
right,
think they're going to show it at Gamescom. I think it's a lot of stuff that we wanted to see. They wanted to show it at another moment, and
right.
they was just showing so much. Like my brain is still trying to process it. I'm like, okay, the indies, man. I'm like, man, the Japanese games, or they gave you RPGs. Got a platformer now. So they wanted games, games, games. They got games, games, games.
Hmm.
Right, right,
Microsoft, they did on the nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this got 65 million trans. They did it all in the front at the beginning. Now, I had got complaints from other people in this community, like, well, Sony showed games, games, games. They barely talked. They did the
right.
same thing, and they get scrutinized. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want. I have learned this in this community. You can't make everybody happy. They're
No,
not
you
going to be
can't.
happy, and they're not going to get upset.
That's
I'll
right.
get upset at certain things like with Proctor pulled him and Jeff Keighley pulled yesterday. No, I went off because
Right.
I didn't think that was the place and the time. And Microsoft took time out of their stuff to show you the Xbox One X
Hmm.
first. They
Hmm.
could have went on IGNs. They could have went anywhere else. Hopefully, they'll never go back to him. Let him get it
Hmm.
last. Like you want to see it, can get it last.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and I actually listened to it. You can kind of see Major Nelson's like, you got field number. Like
Yeah.
somebody's
Yeah.
gonna have a talk.
He said, text him.
Uh
You're
huh.
right. You're right. You're right.
Like you getting set up for failure. Like, and then he stopped. He said, "No, we're gonna say that on our show." And I like how Microsoft's like, "Yeah, I'm giving you a preview, but we're gonna talk about it more on our show and get people to watch Mixer and stuff like that." They gave away even free games. I didn't have Rare Replay. I'm glad it was
Oh,
free.
oh, you did it?
I never get it. Never got it.
Nice. Yeah,
So I
that's
got
nice.
Rare Replay. I got another game I forgot, and then I have they gave DLC for Halo Wars 2. Well, I already got it because I got the season pass. It came with I bought the $89 version. So I wish I could give it away. I wish it was a code to give it away, but it's not. Otherwise, I'll give it away. But
Right.
Microsoft, to me, I gave them 8.59. I don't think the presentation wise was there. They showed you a Porsche on Forza. Nobody even saw that Porsche. That means that's a lot of money to keep Porsche for not even. It wasn't even at a. It wasn't even at the car show.
I
Right.
agree.
It
Right.
wasn't even at the car show. Like they said,
They
only
skate to
certain
that
amount
much.
of people knew about that car, and
Hmm.
they got it to put it on that stage. So to me, they're flexing their muscles. I don't think
Right.
Sony gonna have a car when they show Gran Turismo tonight. Sport.
They're going to have Spider Man.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not. You know, you gave us everything that we wanted. Man, like I said, so many games like Shadow Mortal. I got people calling me today. Oh man, you gonna get that Shadow War? I said I already pre-ordered. I was already sold when I saw it before. I was already
Right.
sold on it. I said I pre-ordered that shit 2 months ago. Soon I saw Major Nelson on Twitter. Oh, you can pre-order. Click. So what do you want? You know what I'm saying? You guys wanted you some people always realize this. Some people want to say, "Oh, we won," or "We got this and that." It ain't all about that all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. I know we've been getting smacked down for all these years. You know, people have been coming attacking us on the channels and all that other stuff. But I look at it because I'm doing something right. When people put negative stuff in your comment section, you're doing something right. And I tell people that motivates me. I don't half of them. I don't reply. I had some dude call me. He called me. I was a triggered asshole. I'm like, oh, for real? All right. Guess I'm triggered, but you triggered enough to write a comment.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
There's a lot of salt going
yeah,
on.
yeah. So I know it's a lot of people, you know, losing respect for other people, like Red Dragon and stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Complaining about this game ain't running in 60. They never even said about frameworks running in 60. For one, you got to understand they don't want to leave no one out. But
Hmm.
where's the option? But this system is coming out.
Hmm.
Developers just got that last built, the last kit.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they have to understand they ain't even tapped the power into this yet. God knows what you can
Right.
do. Maybe you will get the option. But some of these games I was hearing that's coming out like Shadow War, they was actually they was actually shocked how easy it was to port it. These PC games, you see all these PC games that's getting ported over.
Right.
No
Right.
one's saying nothing wrong about that, and I don't believe every game is going to run 60. But that's not a PC. That's not a GTX 987, 2500. It's not none of that. It's a gaming console that's optimized, and for people who don't have 4K TVs, they came out and said you will get more hyper fidelity off of super sampling with a
Awesome.
regular 1080p. They came out and said that every question that people was going to answer, they answered it before anything. They answered it. So if you don't have a 4K, you'll still see the difference. It'll still be the best looking game. And then you still got the option to take your ass out and go pay for $200 if it's too much expensive. Get the $200 S. You can't beat that either. You got one of the best Ultra Blu-ray players that's out there. That's according to CNET, not according to 100. And you got to understand, people. I know a lot of people. I got more people think Microsoft hit it out the park more than I have people that say it didn't. That's complaining.
Right. Right.
So I don't blame everyone, but for one, that's their opinion, and they can have their opinion. You know, they
Right.
can be dog shit, but you know, I just to me to that day, that was Microsoft day, and Microsoft hit it to me, hit it out the park. That man, in fact, Assassin's Creed, just thinking about man, the texture and all that. Even what you call it later showed it on the Xbox. I mean, look at you. Everybody's happy about the X. I ain't
Hmm.
heard not one developer, and they also today opened it up to anybody want to develop, and you have the option to put it in the ID Xbox games, or you can put it in regular Xbox games.
Right.
They open it up. So look at I don't see Sony doing none of this. I don't
Right.
see Sony giving you no free games. Watching their press comp, they don't do none of that.
Right.
So to me, it's like my boy Downton said, and he's a straight up, you know what I'm saying, as a straight up PlayStation guy, always will. He said, man, I might get one because they're doing what their consumers want. They want this. They said they want them. They giving them. Sony ain't giving us that.
Right. Well, listen.
Excellent.
Listen. That was pretty in depth. I think it was a pretty fair assessment, and I think a lot of us by tonight, when we finish, by the time we finish, the viewers will see, and we will all know, that we all have a different mindset because we believe in our brand and we love what they're trying to do, and our all our points are going to be valuable and impactful for all those who listen because it's different from everyone's. Like I said before, previously in other podcasts, all our opinions count, not just the ones that are big. All of us, because we all make an impact, because we all have a different way of looking at things. So without saying anything further, J-Lo, my son, please let me know how you felt, what you liked, what you didn't like. Even though I saw you this morning go ham for like a little 25 minutes, you snuck it in there. Um, but I think the audience wants to hear you again. Maybe for those who missed it, giving them a matinee type or not matinee, a midnight edition version of it or whatever. Uh, and then what were surprise moments that you thought were a surprise or that you didn't expect?
Um, I wasn't surprised at all in this conference.
Okay.
I saw everything coming. Like the X, well, I didn't see the price coming, but I was expecting 399 because that's what the leaks were saying. But
Mm-hmm.
499 is a good price. I
Hmm.
don't think you can build a PC that's that small and has that much power and that has a 4K Blu-ray player and has the same vapor cooling system. You can't. I don't think if a PC guy could build a PC at that size with all the same features as I just listed, let me know for
Right.
$500
Hmm. Hmm.
with a controller. So um what is it? The games are hot,
Yeah.
but I expected them all. Forza, we all knew that was coming. It's
Hmm.
shit on GT Sport obviously, but that's the only new AAA game they announced. The rest were console launch exclusive, which sounds like timed exclusive to me, if you ask me. They even said Player Unknown is coming to PS4 also. But
Hmm.
one thing you, Chief, and we were talking about was every game they showed is coming a year from now. Every game we saw is coming before next year's E3. So next year's E3, I'm expecting a lot more games. This
Hmm.
E3 was more like they sacrificed it to get back on track. Like they're like, all right, we push State of Decay and Sea of Thieves back. I think they pushed it back so it will sell more, and so it won't seem as dry. Because people were saying we're dry because we had one game in the beginning. They're like, all right, we're gonna spread these games out. We'll take a hit this year. Next year is gonna be even better. But
Right.
in my opinion, I think they should have showed Halo 6. I don't know why that wasn't there. They they ended the show off with the multiplat. Halo 6. They didn't show anything new, so I don't know why Halo 6 wasn't there. Like I'm bummed out. I think they should have demoed Crackdown on stage instead of the after show
Hmm. Hmm.
because now you got a lot of people saying it's a shitty cartoon game, yet they don't really know what the game's about.
No.
Right. Right.
They should have showed it. The hardcore know, but the casual on Twitter and on Facebook does not know. I had a dude tell me they showed more Terry Crews than they showed Cloud, and I showed him the 16-minute Cloud footage they showed 2 years ago. He didn't even know about it. This guy.
Right, right.
Um, See if these blew me away. I like the whole canon thing. What else was it? What was the other game? They State of Decay 2 looked amazing.
Hmm.
Only thing that I had a that looked a little off was the faces and some of the animation, but other than that, it looks up there with Ghost Recon and whatnot.
Hmm. Hmm.
But Japanese games, Dragon Ball hasn't missed Xbox since 2007. It's been 10 years. We haven't
Yes.
had not a
Good
single
point.
Dragon Ball game has not been on Xbox. So
Hmm.
that wasn't a surprise at all. And Code Vein, we had Dark Souls. Code Vein is just another Dark Souls. We had Dark Souls. I was expecting to steal some of that Jap crap, but
That
the
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah, yeah, some of the games we saw, I expected to come anyways. Um, it was an okay show, like I said. It was for it was to get Xbox back on the it was to get Phil on the track he wanted to be on. That we're only gonna show games that come out a year out. That's why Halo 5 wasn't there. That game is not gonna get canceled, obviously, and we know that game's coming out next year. But Phil wants to stick to that 1 year ahead of time thing.
You
Sony
mean
showed
six?
games
Halo
like Death
6.
Stranding. Yeah, Halo 6. Sony showed a game like Death Stranding, which isn't even in development. Microsoft is not doing that. They're only showing games a year out. I like Lucky's Tale. That impressed me. And
Nice.
Cuphead's coming out soon. But
Finally.
it was
Nice.
okay. I was just expecting. I wanted them to show more games coming out in 2018, but I understand why they didn't. It's just we had people saying we had no games when State of Decay and Sea of Thieves were supposed to come out this year.
Right.
Now they moved those games back. Now that no game shit is not gonna end, and I think they made that worse. So if you're in the Bang Bang group, it's only gonna be worse from here on until next year. So
Well, I mean, you're talking about low lives, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah, exactly. Like the
So
console warrior in me is disappointed, but the gamer in
plus,
me is not. You know what I'm saying?
plus, I'll tell you when I get to my point about not having no games anyway. So, okay, so
Oh, why did they show Assassin's Creed more than Crackdown and Shadow of Mordor more than State of Decay?
I just think it's
Like they should have
business.
showed those games
They
more.
showed it. They showed it this afternoon on their show. You
Yeah,
guys,
yeah, I saw
that's
it.
what
Yeah.
that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to give you a reason to go watch their show. They wanted to show. They want. I guess wanted to feel like they wanted to give their third party developers to shine too. And then if you guys want to see more, get your ass on Mixer and
Well,
watch it on YouTube.
I'll get to that point too. I think they did it. So anyway, so forever.
What's up?
The fact that you're quiet means that it's good. That we're all fucked. That means you're gonna about to outshine all of them. So as concisely as you can, okay, and as soft spoken as you could, because you're a professional at that. What did you think about the conference? What you did like the most? What you didn't like the most? And what was the drop mic moment for you?
Okay, so I'll try and stay on point as far as the conference is concerned, but we're gonna go in on this stuff after, right? As far as the reactions and the people and stuff like that.
Hmm. Well, this
Okay.
is just your thoughts on it. Then afterwards, we'll tackle what we think about the negativity coming from all kinds of all sides and all places. Go ahead.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. So from my point of view, I absolutely loved the conference. The build up to it, I was really excited. I was a little bit worried when the conference started that there would be a bit of a letdown. But from the time that the conference started to it finished, man, I was really happy with everything that I saw. Um, if we're assigning grades, which I normally don't do, but I'll do it for this podcast, I usually
Okay.
I'll easily give it a 9.5 for me. Um, and the only reason it doesn't get a 10 is because as a person who follows a lot of pop culture stuff, I mean, aside from
Hmm.
Disney and Marvel and some of the big corporations, Microsoft could still learn a thing or two as far as pacing, timing, the way they put out information. But I mean, where they've come along in this next generation to where they are now is a way big improvement. They listen to the consumers, which is us. They listen to their fans, which is us as well. We have both hats, so they do everything that they possibly can to ensure that we're taken care of. Um, and to give us what we want. And that's what I got out of this conference. I absolutely loved all the games they showed. I was actually surprised, like Erock said so succinctly earlier in one of his videos, the diversity of the games is something that I've never expected from Microsoft. Being a Microsoft guy all these years, but actually being a more of a Sega fan, that's one thing Sega's always had over everybody is the diversity of games and the fact that they take chances and they take risks, and that's why we have such
Yes.
a
Good
that's why we
point.
have such an affinity for Sega because we remember those days, and I haven't felt that in a long time until yesterday's conference.
Right.
I saw some of
Okay.
those that they actually put on there. Number one, that is so awkward because it's a Microsoft conference. I didn't expect it. And number two, they actually responded to the people who their biggest critics, some of which are in our own community, which we'll talk about a little later.
Right.
Um, so that was a bit disappointing, in fact, as far as that the community is concerned. Um, but they did everything on the conference. They showed off hardware. They the biggest they gave the price, which I did a video on this, man. The $499, I have no problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
They could have charged $599. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Now, for some of you guys out there who don't like the price or can't afford it, if you guys have been keeping pace with Microsoft, you say you're fans, you know what Microsoft does, right? They release it on the higher end. When they need to move the consoles, they start dropping it in price. So if you're an early adopter, you take the arrows, man. You're gonna have to pay the big price. But
Yes.
if you just hold out for like about 6 months or 8 months, normally what Microsoft will do is they start dropping the price little by little, right? So you guys won't be left out as well. And then what they also did is drop the price of the Xbox One S. So that'll address the whole pricing issue, man. And like Erock said earlier on his video, man, if you guys are having a problem with this, you guys are in the wrong hobby. That's my point of view. Number two, you
Mm-hmm.
guys need to get jobs, as Erock said. You guys need to do what you need to do. Maybe sell your PlayStation 4, or some of you Xbox guys have.
Go get a paper route or something. Shit.
No, but
Maybe
it's a
that.
word on the street. It's word on the street that they might have a 399 version with a 5 gigabyte hard drive.
Yep.
Mm.
That wouldn't surprise me because Microsoft does all kind of stuff. What? Well, anyway, okay, I'm getting off point. But anyway, so they showed off hardware, which I thought was awesome. I loved all the games they showed. Sure, I'm like other people, man. I might not like every game that they showed, but if you're a gamer, man, those games should at least pique your interest somewhat. From either graphically, off the premise of the game, a lot of the presentations themselves are solid, and that's why that's another reason why I give the presentation that show 9.5 because presentation was on point. When people
Mm-hmm.
say that a show sucks, right? Usually they're talking about the presentation or the flow and stuff like that. But when you look at the conference as a whole, this is how a conference is supposed to be done. Again, the only ones that outdo them is probably Disney and Marvel or some of these bigger corporations that are more versed in it than Microsoft is. They're kind of
Right.
fairly new to this kind of stuff.
Right.
They're trying to change their image, which they've done not just on the gaming front, but they've been doing it on the Microsoft as a whole front. Goes to the other point, which I like the way the Xbox One. I like the name of the Xbox One X. Scorpio would have been fine with me as well, but the Xbox One X makes sense because you have the Xbox One S, so it follows right in suit, right? It's the way Microsoft has been doing things, right? They keep everything kind of uniform. The design of the console was awesome. I hear people complaining about that. They wanted it to look different. I'm pretty sure if it did look different, then you'd have people complaining about that as
Of
well.
course.
So what they did was just kept it, streamlined. They kept it the same. They made it smaller, which totally amazes me. It's one of the most dense consoles, according to Major Nelson, that's ever been made. Who was backed up by that program guy
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
on Jeff Keighley's craptastic interview. And so, I mean, it was for me, it was a great experience. And the mic drop moment, of course, was OG Xbox games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, Microsoft did it all. They gave you hardware, they gave you new games, they gave you old games, they gave you indie games, which they were getting hit on years ago, which nobody talks about. They gave you 4K. They gave you upgraded graphics that you're going to have. No matter which way you cut it, you're getting everything. No, even Erock said it. They even had time to sell a car in that conference when they rolled out that Porsche. I mean, I really don't know what it's going to take for these people to be happy. And like I said, I can understand people not being excited about certain things. But where's the wonderment, man? Where's the wonderment of gaming? Where has it gone?
Right.
Every time I listen to these people complain, man, they just sound like a bunch of self-centered, self-righteous, entitled,
Yes.
group of people. That I mean, I can't do it anymore, dude. I really can't. And I'm not talking about the people that have legitimate concerns. Look, Jaylong, man, you mentioned what you said about pushing it back. I'm disappointed as you, right? But we're not going to go slit our wrist over it. You man up and you move on. Hell, I'll just throw Rise Son of Rome in there and play that some more. I'll be like Mr. 100, dude. I follow his live streams, man. He's playing everything and the kitchen sink.
Hmm.
I mean, there's stuff for us to play. There's stuff for us to do. Anyway, sorry. So anyway, my thing for the conference is I absolutely loved it. I thought it was awesome, and I'll give it a 9.5.
Ooh. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna have to check. I got a customer that popped up out of
But yeah, go
nowhere.
ahead.
Yeah, go
No
ahead.
If they come
problem.
back in, I'll try to get back in.
Yeah, come back in. No worries. So those are your general thoughts. That's all you have to say for now.
Yeah, but my mic drop moment being the OG Xbox. I didn't expect that at all.
Right.
Which I should have picked up on it when they did the montage in the beginning because they showed the older games. But I just thought they were just being nice. No, I mean, sorry, nostalgic. That's what I thought it was until they did that. So that was kind
Right. Right. Okay. Well, listen. That was a pretty genuine and from the heart overview from coming from Sega, which I think is well put, very well put. I gotta say. Now, I think after I give my point of view, people, a lot of people might not like me, a lot of people might hate me more than what they hate me now. But I have a whole lot to say, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong or chime in with any thoughts of what I'm saying. That's perfectly fine. The first thing I gotta say is the presentation was absolutely spectacular because you can tell the production value was very high from the very beginning of the intro, from the LCD screen on stage, from how all the people were seated and organized inside the presentation room, sound quality or whatnot, right? The presentation production value completely high. I really love the fact that they were quick and to the point with everything. They were very transparent with the message of how important this console is to the industry and going forward for the console gamer and for others to follow suit and for developers and things of that nature. So I think that was really really good that they kept it on a pace where it was constantly game after game after game after game. Whether the games were not what everybody expected or things of that nature, but they showed them. I do agree with what something Jay said about the console launch. Yes, it's a little confusing because some of them are because they came out on PC and now they're on the console. Some of them might be that they're coming to maybe another platform, or some of them might be that they're coming right on time with the launch of the Scorpio. They need to clear that up with some of the games. And the reason why I'm saying that it could be either one of those things is because me and Chief and Jay had a conversation yesterday, and we talked about and we saw the section on the Xbox where it says console launch exclusives, and it had things like Gears, the Quantum Break and the Halo 5 Voodoo Vince, which we all know are not going to be on Switch or PlayStation. It only means that it'll probably be on PC, right? With the exception of maybe one game, which I think was Roblox, that there was announced that it's coming to PS4, and Jay said he saw that they cited City Skylines, right, Jay?
Apparently.
Right. Okay. Other than that, uh, I believe that they're going to be console exclusives or first on the console and then on PC. That's what the conclusion we came into. Now, I talked to Chief a little earlier, and I said these are my thoughts, but he had a very good point, so I got to give him a shout out. He was supposed to join us, but I don't know if he saw it and he couldn't come in. Um, Chief said something that I didn't think about, but this presentation of Microsoft basically was for the casuals, and I think that it was deliberate. I think Phil chose to do this because he wanted to have that same perception that people are claiming that made Sony be at the pedestal and degree that it is right now about, oh, check it out. We are catering to not only the hardcore guys, but the casuals as well. You see what I'm saying? Or where I'm going with this? And I think he had a really good point because when I saw the whole thing again, because I viewed it again, although I cut here and there and skipped in certain things, I noticed that it felt like almost a combination of Microsoft and Sony as a conference as a whole. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but that's what it felt like to me. I think that them pushing back uh, Crackdown and them pushing back State of Decay was a
CFD.
and oh yeah, CFTs. Thank you, Jay. CFTs and State of Decay, not Crackdown. CFTs and State of Decay. I think that was done. Honestly, I think it was done deliberately because I think they want to polish the games and take full advantages of Scorpio, and that probably the Scorpio version of it or the enhancements weren't going to be up to par by the time they launch. And it is a hit. I agree with J Long as far as not having enough triple A's for the year. But again, like I told J Long, that's only for people that have no lives and just like to troll. What they think doesn't really matter because it's what we as the gamers have on the Xbox that should be happy and satisfied with what we're getting. Because now we're getting the multiplats at the highest quality. And that's my main point. I think Phil's idea and his whole goal for this particular press conference was Phil wanted to show the world we don't need marketing deals and we don't need people thinking that we don't support indies because we started indies. Because if you realize when he produced or showed the indie, uh, Rio and talked about it, if you noticed, they showed, um, he talked about we did this first. We brought this first. If you notice throughout the whole thing, he said we did this first. These developers were there first, like when he introduced the guys from Metro.
Right. Right.
You know, these guys were we introduced them first. He was being very clear and methodical. We did this first. They supported us first. He was calling out the bullshit in a professional way, in my opinion. Okay, and like he always does in swag and in style, as we all know that Phil does, and he's known for. The show had a plethora of games that were diverse. This is the first time in a long time that I actually see Microsoft do a conference without their heavy hitters, except with Forza, but because they have two different iterations that they intertwine yearly, as we all know. So they're essentially different games. But I can honestly say that because they did this and because they went with this approach where they have, these high quality indies, because they didn't look like indies that you could have played on Atari, like the ones that you see a lot on the
The
PlayStation
PlayStation.
side. Right, exactly. Not that I'm
Hokum.
taking, not that I'm taking palm shots. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, you can't. Oh, I see. Um, so not that I'm taking pop shots, just to let you guys know the Sony conference started and they're having audio problems. You can't hear nothing. Just to let y'all know, that's the production value over there. Anyway, so um, the fact that he showed those indie games was him saying this is for the people that've been saying for the last 3 years that we don't have indies and that they are quality and that we don't support the indie market because we started this. And then the other thing I got from it was, in my opinion, that Phil showed the strongest interpretations of the multiplats that he possibly could, aside from things like Star Wars and Destiny because they're very popular and big, on purpose. Because what he showed with Anthem, what he showed with Metro, what he showed with Assassin's Creed, and even Forza, even though Forza is exclusive, the power that you saw with those games is like nothing we've ever seen, in my opinion. You can really see how you know how much difference and how much potential there is in the box, and how much is and what it's going to do. That's why he said, you know, wait until you see the games before you make a decision, and that's what he meant by it. Um, so I think that was his way of saying, look, we don't need marketing deals because no matter how much Sony spent on them, look at this. Look how much better
Hmm.
they're going to be on our console and our platform. Do I want or do I wish that maybe you know do I wish that maybe this thing, what do you call it, what is it called, oh, the price, the 199 or the 399 price everybody was expecting. You know what I'm saying? The 399 that everybody was expecting for the console.
Hmm.
Do I wish it was 399? That would have been the miracle perfect price for that console. Yes. But realistically speaking, after what they presented and what I saw, I understand why that console is $500. And there is no PC that you can build with all the stuff that's in it for no less than $1,500, because the video card alone, with the 4K capabilities, with 8 gig of cores, because remember there's none with 9 gigs, okay, with 8 gig cores dedicated to games, or with something that doesn't even they don't even have a video card that has built-in DirectX 12, will go anywhere from $500 to $600. I believe the Titan when it first came out was $1,000. Okay, the GTX 90, I think it's called, or TI. So this is the love letter to console gamers in general. This is the love letter to console gamers in all other sides of the world. Saying, hey, listen, um, if you want this type of performance, you're more than welcome to join us, and it's at an affordable price. PC gamers, if y'all don't have money to keep on constantly updating your PCs for the next few years, you can come buy our console at an affordable price. You see what I'm trying to say? This was their love letter to gamers and the gaming industry, and they delivered. Is it $500? Listen, they already announced that they're doing a trade-in program. So don't be surprised if they give you at least 200 or maybe 180 for your S, that automatically makes it a $300 console with all the most powerful horsepower in the world, a 4K Blu-ray player, all three generations of that history of that company, of platforms, of gaming console, all the fucking dedicated servers that are free available for everyone, the best online network, 4K player, built-in HDR, built-in streaming capabilities, and the abilities to enhance all your games in true 4K with the best frame rates, whether they're 30 for some, 60 for some, with 4K textures and the highest graphic fidelity that you can possibly imagine. Okay, so as far as my drop mic moment, it was obviously the OG Xbox. And the reason why is because I have almost about 80 to 90 games. If I could be wrong, it might be less or it might be more, but that I have on disc. And Albert Pinell already said you can play it on disc or you can play it on digitally, which that means they're already setting up to create a digital store, right? In the Xbox store, so that you can buy them. And I think this is great for all those who never had an LG Xbox that are now Xbox fans, and to they're trying to like embrace, the consumer that was never there from day one. And what better way by giving this for free? And I have a personal opinion. I think the games themselves, price wise, are not going to be like really expensive. I think the games will probably anywhere from 5 to 7, maybe $10 range at most. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm expecting because the games are very dated and old. And with the super sampling, obviously you get the higher performance right out of the box without no patch needed. Um, Plus, now they're also they're saying that they have over, I think, 50 people already on board to update all the games we already have, like Recore, Quantum Break, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, um, if I'm gonna score it, I gotta say I gotta give them a 9, only because their press conference was different and it was not like no other like they've ever done before. It was Microsoft out of their elements, showing the world we can do indies, we can do triple A's, we can do multi-plats at the highest quality. You got the best console with the most features, the best future proof that you're gonna get at the best price that we can possibly do it for you. Um, and you're welcome to join us. And unfortunately, yes, they had to push back some of the triple A's, but when the people was like, "Oh, they didn't show enough games," it, I think it's coming more from the fact that they don't have enough triple A games. And when Sony did this last year, that they only had the Last Guardian and the PS4 Pro and the VR came out, everybody was fine with it because all they had was Uncharted. Because remember, Street Fighter was not their game. That's been out. It's nothing new. And Ratchet and Clank was the third iteration of the first Ratchet and Clank, so the remaster. So they really didn't have anything new. And Last Guardian was still running on PS3 assets, just modified for the PS4. Okay, as we all know. So what I can say is, I can truthfully say that I give them 9. You guys may agree with me, you guys may not, but I give them that score because I think they were brave. I think they were bold. I think that was their message all along. But I do think that whatever else they have waiting for us in store, for example, uh, to what do you call it, to surprises, I guess, so to speak, like maybe a surprise, maybe a Ninja Gaiden stuff, for example. Just to give you an example, I'm not saying that's what it is. We're going to see in Gamescom. We'll see in the Tokyo show, which they say they were supposed to be in. And more than likely, I'm pretty sure next year's E3 is going to be nothing but full with games that they're working on, because he did say they started up new studios and investing in new IPs. And I think that's going to be the game changer on this whole situation, as far as giving them a better perception. Because now everybody's like, oh, but they only have a hardware and console. That's what Sony did last year, but nobody called it out. But of course, as we all know, the media is always going to, you know, do that agenda and play that bullshit. It takes a lot of money to do R&D, especially with the type of console that they deliver. Because the Pro that came out, it was $400, and it was a joke. It doesn't even have a 4K player in it. Okay, and it's a joke compared to what we're getting with the X. So those are my thoughts, guys. I don't know if you have anything you want to add on or talk to me
I'm just
about.
I'm just glad
Go ahead.
Microsoft has money,
Right, 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 right,
because if it was anybody else, nobody else could pull this off.
right, 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 right. I mean, listen, you know, um, it, it's easy to hate because people don't understand that when you're when you have, like, when you're worth so much money and when you're such a big force on on a on a on a gaming industry, for example, or in a place where, you know what I'm saying, where everybody has so many eyes on you, it's very easy to hate because of brand loyalty or whatever the case may be, but because of perception or whatever, because especially when the media is on your side and the media is doesn't have a problem, helping them out whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm
So,
going to say. I'll be the corporate slave of the podcast for a
okay.
second. I'm glad that they have a lot of money because we've experienced this before, right? Whereas with our favorite company, but with Microsoft, we don't have to worry about it. And I really do hope that they look at their stats, they look at their numbers, and they just do what's right for Microsoft. Because at this point, there's, from what I saw yesterday, from people within this community, there's no need to take stuff into consideration as far as what people want or what people don't want, because it seems like people are just too fickle. You can't base a business and you can't run a company and you can't do, you can't launch a console on the perception of people. Right? You just got to do what's best for your company and hope everybody comes along.
That's right.
That's the best thing that they can do. Because at this point, I mean, there is no point. I mean, we've had console exclusives
Since they won.
since launch, and how well did those do? That's why Phil Spencer, when he got interviewed, man, that opened up that can of worms and everybody's pissed off. He was just being honest, right? This stuff doesn't sell on the
Right.
level that it needs to sell, dude. And every other industry does this, man. Every other industry. Are we going to have a Mummy 2? The Mummy came out this weekend. You guys think we're going to have a Mummy 2?
Nope.
Probably not.
Probably not, right? Are we going to have a Wonder Woman 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, right. And the reason why, aside from all the girl power and all the popularity of comic books, and all, the thing still revolves around that beautiful color of green. And money makes stuff talk. So for me, my problem is with a lot of these guys, they talk a good game, but they don't back it up. They really don't. They don't support. Some of these games, maybe it's not your cup of tea, but
Right.
for these guys to sit there and just bash it. The PlayStation guys, I understand. The Sony guys, I understand. And the
Oh,
media,
yeah.
I even understand. The media.
Let me add to what you just said. PlayStation guys, you know why I get upset? Because they don't betray their console. They get treated like shit, and they say they treat us amazing. They're not weak. You see what I'm saying? They're not weak, and they stick by their brand. Whether the console giving them dog doodle, if it's a game about taking a shit in the toilet, they say it's the greatest thing since Jesus, and that's why I get mad on the Xbox side, because we don't get treated that way, and it's automatically, oh my God, oh Jesus, what is Microsoft doing? Get all these marketing deals, get all this, more triple A's right away. Listen, the console was just constructed. They want to give you triple A's that are going to take advantage of the console. Obviously, they can't do that. Okay, so and again, there's an exception with some people because it's how you say it. But a lot of them whine and cry like they're not getting anything, and that's what bothers me. I'm sorry, Forever. Go ahead, continue.
No, I mean, I just think at least you know your enemy, right? And the Sony guys are consistent. I'll give them that much. They're very consistent. And some of them might like this stuff. I'm not saying. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Like, I don't care that their conference is going on. I don't care what kind of games they're going to get.
I don't care what they're doing.
Yeah, I
I
really
don't care what they're eating.
Right.
I
The
don't
only
care
way,
what time they're gonna shit later. I don't care.
like me and Erock, dude. Erock, I know exactly what you say because I watched your video, man, and I saw his comments in your video section.
And it's
And
not an
even
act.
before that, yeah, and even before you did that, dude, you even say, "Why are you guys here?" And people still go to, we only care because we have to deal with them all the time because they come to our podcast, they come to our channels, they come to where the Xbox guys are. I don't go over there, dude. I don't watch any of that stuff. In fact, some guys I've cut out watching because they mess with these dudes, and it's nothing on those guys. It's the people they mess with because I don't got time for them, man. I really do not have time for it. My time is precious, dude. Time to me is a precious commodity. The other thing that was great about yesterday's conference is it taught me one thing. It helped me do some house cleaning. That was awesome. That's number one. And then number two, the other great thing about it is I don't have to worry about some of the stuff anymore, man, because I am going to focus on just my games. So sorry, that's my 2 cents.
No worries. Now, I guess this is a good way to segue into, the comments about, what do we guys think about, any backlashes or, how some of the Xbox brethren are acting like, and the media and things of that nature. So I'm gonna start with Prime because Prime hasn't really gotten to talk for a while,
Sorry.
and you guys pretty sure you understand. So anyway, Prime, my brother, please feel free, speak your mind, say whatever you need to say.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Over the course of today and yesterday, now I can understand the media like, well, as far as Jeff Keighley, he took it too far. I never did like that dude when he was on G4. He like the type of dude that brown nose the boss man on a job. Hey, you all been sneaky looking. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, you
Y'all
can.
been sneaky looking motherfucker to me. Now, there's been some YouTube channels that I had some respect for, not the most respect for, but some respect for. And I'm not gonna really get into naming names, but I lost a lot of respect for some of these channels, the way they're just bashing all this. I mean, like if you don't gotta worry about it because you don't gotta buy it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is to it. Why are you acting so damn stupid about something? I'm not gonna sit here and start cutting up over something I'm not gonna buy. Throwing around shit, making rants, and professional YouTubers saying this stuff. I mean, what would they expect? I mean, whatever Microsoft do, somebody gonna have something to complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
If they wouldn't announce the backwards compatibility for the original Xbox, people would have been complaining about that. People complaining about the console. If the console would have been small, they were saying it was too big. I mean, it's always constant complaining. But some of these YouTubers, I'm not shocked, but I think a lot of these motherfuckers were like that anyway. They just use this opportunity to play this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
Like I told y'all, I don't give a damn about this console war shit. I prefer Microsoft, and like I said 100 times before, I talk my damn wallet. But if I'm not gonna buy something, I'm not gonna rant about it. If I can't afford to buy something, I'm not gonna rant about it. Let's face it, like
Right.
$4.99, I don't give a shit about that price. I might buy two of them, maybe not on the same day, but like I said, I'm in the rain a damn game, so I don't give a shit about that. I'm not gonna no videos start throwing shit around, bashing Microsoft. And when they don't realize Microsoft don't give a damn about their opinion, they're gonna do their thing anyway because they got the damn money. I mean, that's why I was kind of getting pissed off and stuff. And I don't want to just get the ranting and go into that character. I'm trying, I don't want people to really think I'm crazy, but
That's what we want. We want that.
y'all talk to me on a pretty good basis. I'm just tired of all this bullshit. But one
Mm-hmm.
more thing about that Jeff Keighley. That sneaky, brown nose, red headed, stick his nose up the boss man's ass, smelling the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 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 right.
I didn't like that motherfucker on G4. I remember when G4 used to do E3 and Kel Pereira, Morgan Webb, and all was sitting there. Jeff,
Yep.
he's just like an eyeball, like, I'm gonna tell what y'all saying to the executives if y'all say the wrong thing. I never did like that dude. I didn't hardly watch his show on Spike. That's all I got to say.
Hmm. All you gotta
Yes.
say, that was deep. That
Yes.
was deep and from
I'm
the
feeling
heart.
more comfortable now.
Jay Long, please go next. I don't even know how to go back after that.
Um,
What do you think
about Jeff
about?
Keighley.
Well, not only Jeff Keighley, well, in general, like some of our guys, how they're acting all, like real quick, they're giving up. It's like, oh my god, and the console hasn't even come out. You know what I mean? Like they're not giving. It's almost like they want Microsoft always to rush, 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 and hurry when these things take time. You know what I mean? Sony started slow with nothing, and then now they're picking up because obviously they had the windows to get the time to get the stuff out, and Microsoft did it different. They did it where they had the stuff, everything was lined up, and then they got the backlash. They had to start over by trying to create a better console to keep up with the stupidity from the media. Oh, it's weak. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. You see what I'm saying? So tell me, what are your thoughts? How do you feel? Like, do you
Mm,
think
I understand some of their concerns, but you shouldn't just throw in the towel.
right?
You do got the X. You do got some good games coming up. But with the media is just like always talking us down. The fanboys always talking us down, man. I
Right.
can understand why people lose faith in and I think a lot of people switch because they're tired of the hate and they just want to fit in.
Right.
I'm not that
Yeah. Good point.
weak-minded.
No,
I'm
you
not
got a good.
weak-minded like that,
That
but
is a
there's a lot of
very
people
good
who
point,
are.
Dave. Very good point. Yes, yes. I think so too. You're right. I believe so too.
You got people who are not never were interested in Sony's games, trash them, and then they switch, and now all of a sudden they like them. They're just doing it to fit in, to be honest.
Right. 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 Right.
No, that's true. Straight up.
So that's all you have to say. You don't have nothing else.
I'm sorry.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, Microsoft did do one thing to piss me off. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm mad as hell I can't pre-order that console today. I got up in the middle of the damn night looking on Amazon, talking to these motherfuckers at GameStop. Oh, we tell you that we get more information. Motherfucker, I was wanting to damn buy the shit. That's the only thing. They should have had that shit where you could pre-order as soon as that damn conference was over. That's what pissed me off. That's all I got to say.
Right,
Hey,
right, right. That's fine.
Prime, you don't have to worry. According to some of these guys, they're not going to buy the system.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So we're going to have plenty.
Well,
right.
hey, that's good for me because as long as I don't have the hard time getting one, I don't feel like
Yep.
waking up in the middle of the night going to Walmart to get anything else. I'm getting too old with this shit, man.
Right, right. Um, Prime,
Uh-huh.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. I'm definitely with you because I'm excited now, especially that all the multiplats are going to look better on Scorpio anyway. So or X, sorry.
Yeah.
E-Rock, I don't even have to ask you twice. You take the floor, please. Take the floor. Say what you got to say.
Guys, before I developed this Iraq 8150 character on YouTube, and I enjoy doing it because my YouTube channel, it's a hobby of mine. Gaming is a hobby of mine. It's also a love of mine. Okay. Um, I've been involved in video gaming. Jesus Christ, man, almost 40 years, man and boy, since the Atari 2600. I've seen the great video game crash of 1983 come. I was away from gaming when Nintendo came and revitalized and lifted gaming up. It and the Sega Master System after Atari dropped the ball. I was there to see home computers blow up after the crash of '83. I was there to see Sega Genesis and Nintendo take gaming to new heights in the '90s. Uh, Before I even picked up another console again in '93, all my friends on my job were telling me about, oh man, Joe Montana football. Oh man, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh man, Box Adventures. I was there to see Sega rise and Sega fall. I was there to see Nintendo make a tragic mistake and instead of joining Sony and creating a PlayStation, they had a partnership with Philips CDI, which ended up being disastrous. And the rest is history. I was there to see the birth of Xbox, man, and the death of the Engage, and the death
If
of the.
if I may, real quick, E-Rock, there was a reason for that.
Yeah, but yeah, let
Nintendo.
me stay on this. I don't want to lose track of where I'm going.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, I've never J Long, never Prime, never Sega, never all five of you or whatever was listening to this podcast. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen a company continually give everything to their fan base. Listen to their fan base. Try to innovate gaming and push gaming forward. And all they ever get is shit. And this isn't about the people choosing, because without going into a side rant about what I call the idiocracy, I've come to the conclusion people don't know what they want. It was you people in 2012. It was you developers in 2012 who begged for these new consoles.
Right.
You got
right.
you got them. You got the PlayStation 4. You got the Xbox One.
Ooh.
The Xbox One, which was supposed to have digital rights management, and the entire console ecosystem was built around digital rights management. Well, you guys complained and said that was anti-consumer and set Xbox back and its movement back. I don't know, to today. You set this shit back because you whined and you cried. Oh, it's anti-consumer. It's anti-consumer. The media, all these media outlets, these dumb fanboys bitched and cried, and Xbox course corrected. They changed everything. They changed the console, redesigned the console, changed their policies. They changed the games with gold program to the point where we're getting damn near triple A's almost every twice a month. They listen to the feedback of the fans. They give away free games. They work on great IPs. It was you, the fans, you, the gamers, Xbox gamers, who said Xbox needs new IPs. And you Sony PlayStation fans, where's the Xbox IPs? So they went out and they gave you Sunset Overdrive, Rise Son of Rome, Quantum Break, Recore. And guess what? You motherfuckers didn't buy them.
Goddamn right.
And you PlayStation fans derided those games. Oh, I'm not going to play Sun Shit Overdrive. I'm not going to play Recore. Rise Son of Rome is garbage. So now we flash forward to E3 2007, and Microsoft not only introduces the most powerful console ever, they show the most eclectic and diverse lineup of games in Xbox's history. Games to suit everybody. If you like Japanese games, they were there. If you like RPGs, they were there. If you like PC ports, they were there. If you like new IPs and exclusives, or in a Blind Forest, they were there. And it's still not enough. It's still not enough. It's still not enough. It's still not the fuck enough. Now I know somebody listening is gonna be like, E-Rock, you're whining. No, I'm not whining because I'm going to be Xbox to the end. Okay, I'm not a part-time Xbox. I'm a full-time Xbox. I'm gonna be with Xbox and Phil and Redmond Washington till they turn off the motherfucking lights. I don't care what you do. I don't care what your uncle do. I don't care what your mother do. I don't care if the idiocracy that finally has come around is like, oh well, these Marvel movies are starting to get a little weak and DC's good. Gee, what the fuck took you so long? The idiocracy's taken a little bit longer to realize that Sony, I'm not knocking Sony, but they've done an excellent job of doubling down on what they've done since 2000. Smoke and mirrors, games you're not going to play for years, and bullshit, okay? So we get to E3 2017, which I had rechristened Sony's bad day in LA, because once again, the future, Microsoft always leads, as you guys notice, and everybody else follows. Everybody else picks up the pieces later and tries to say that they invented this shit, okay? So we know what's going to happen today. We know what's happening right now. Everybody's mad at Microsoft press conference because they didn't get that big win, those explosions, those shooters. You motherfuckers last year told me that you was tired of. I better not see another Halo. I better not see another Forza. I better not see another Gears of War. I
Yep.
better not see another Call of Duty. So Microsoft didn't show you any of that. They showed you some interesting new IP. They showed you
Yes.
a game we didn't even know was coming in Anthem. And if you, we didn't even know Ori and the Blind Forest 2 was coming. We didn't know a
Yes.
lot of this stuff was coming. And you guys are
Yes.
still bitching. But guess what you're going to be happy about? All you right now. You're going to be happy because you saw Spider-Man, because you saw Call of Duty on PlayStation. You
Final
gonna be
Fantasy fishing. They're showing
Final Fa-
Final Fantasy VR
you,
fishing. Like,
you're going to see Final Fantasy. You're going to see you're going to see videos of shit you're not going to play until 2 years from now. You're going to see The Last of Us 2 with Ellie and a girl having a teenage love triangle. Not there's anything wrong with that. You're going to see all this shit
AJ, you said Final
that
Fantasy
you
15 and they're just showing it right now.
exactly.
you're going to see all of this shit y'all said y'all didn't want, and Sony won E3, and what the fuck is gaming coming to Sega Forever? What happened to the joy we used to have for video gaming? I made a video today about my thoughts to my fellow Xbox fans
Yep.
about how I feel that the Xbox community, our Xbox leaders, the leaders of the Xbox community, they're silent and they're turncoating and they're bitching and they're sounding dissatisfied. And I'm like, where's the love? Where's the support? Where's the love
Right.
for all the free games Phil gave us the last 6 months? Where's the
Right.
love for the new console? Where's the love for the console that you developers asked for because you kept bitching that the PlayStation 4 could not run games properly at 60 frames per second? That
Yes.
the
Yes.
Xbox One could
And,
not run games properly,
and to
even
add
with
to what you're
patches.
saying, $400 and they still don't work right. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. So what this is unbe fucking believable to me. I'm never gonna leave gaming. This is my hobby. I love video gaming. I love Xbox. Everybody, E-Rock, you're a racist, you're horrible, you're a terrible person, blah, blah, blah. I don't see how seeing Jap is racist, but saying X-Fag isn't homophobic and insulting to
Exactly.
our beautiful and our productive homosexual community who are Xbox gamers who Xbox at their conference had special events for the gay community, the black
Yeah,
community, the
yeah,
Asian
they did. They did.
community. Where's that shit happening for Sony? Why? Because they don't care. But Sony don't have
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. They do a
Sony
console. They do a console.
Sony don't have to care no more because Sony
Where's my coffee?
they know who their audience is. Their audience likes the big mint, the big moment, the big show, explosions, promises, and fireworks. And guys, to get on the price of the Xbox One X that you guys are complaining about, I just want to quickly read something. First of all, shout out to Microboxer X, my brother from the Dragon X podcast, and shout out to B
Yes.
Drew 1111, the Welsh gamer. Drew, we miss you. We love you.
Yes, we do.
Come back soon, brother. Come back soon. We need you. We need you out in
Yes.
these Xbox streets. This came from
Yes.
Microboxer X. Microboxer X says, for those complaining about the price of the Xbox One X, look at your mobile phones. If you own the latest iPhone or Samsung Galaxy and you question the cost of this console, you are not a true gamer. How is spending $800 to $900 on a mobile phone justifiable, but $499 for the most powerful console ever, which has more to offer, so much more to offer? This is unacceptable to you. You asked
Well, we
you
understand you use it every
you
day, but you got to pay $120 every month for that service
he
also.
continues. He continues.
Continue.
You asked for diversity. You asked for exclusives. You even asked for
Mm-hmm.
Japanese games, which I labeled crapanese. And Microsoft delivered all of it. And they threw in OG Xbox backward compatibility for the hell of it. And you threw it back in their faces and still hate it. Gaming has truly lost its way. That was from Microboxer X. I'm not
Man,
going to say anymore, but I agree with Microboxer X and Sega Forever. Gaming has lost its way. It's run by the idiocracy now, and I, I'm staying in my Xbox lane. I'm gonna still do the E-Rock 8150 channel and commune with my Xbox brothers, but unbelievable. I'm appalled by my Xbox community. I'm appalled by these so-called Xbox leaders that are dissing Xbox and having second thoughts and flip flopping like uh what the hell is his name? The fraud, who we should not name here.
Oh boy.
We'll just call him minus the. I'm ashamed of the so-called leaders of our Xbox community. Now, I've been saying for a long time we need new leaders of the Xbox community, guys that aren't wishy-washy. So those are my thoughts on this shit, guys. I didn't mean to be so long-winded, but I'm ashamed of the Xbox community for their reaction to Phil Spencer. I don't know where Xbox goes from here, but to keep staying the course, like Sega Forever said, don't
Mm-hmm.
listen to these haters and just keep on doing what you're going to do. I don't care how. I don't care how it gets done. I'm going to be in line to get my Xbox One X this November and support the company and support the cause. I'm never buying a PlayStation 4. Okay, I'm never going back there to Sony. Okay, I'm proud of where I'm proud to be an Xbox, and I ain't never going back. That's all I got to say.
oh, that was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy mother. Bravo. That's a standing ovation right there. But he had it in. He had it all in. It was soaking it up. That was a couple of days of that, a couple of hours really of like, I can't do this no more. I want to let it all out. Well, listen, look. I need to hold on one second, guys. Have I let all of you speak your piece so far or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to I let you speak your piece too, right, Jay, or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All I can say is this. Okay. How can I even begin? When you say you love a product, right, and that product has been part of your life for a very long time, as far as a gaming console, for example, and every time that you had that console for the years and years that kept going by or kept switching by, all you kept seeing was they kept doing for you, and it kept doing things that were for your benefit,
Mm-hmm.
for your liking, or things you
Mm-hmm.
didn't expect, or things that made you happy at
Mm-hmm.
all times. You, I don't understand how you can find, okay, a complaint because they're kind of doing the rebuilding right now, uh, because of the fact that they were doing this new console so that they can be able to have better performance and not have any bottlenecks, and so that developers will have the freedom of interpretation and freedom of of creative, what you call it,
So they can do the damn thing.
right, so they don't have, so they can have creative, no creative, limitations basically, especially in the console space. So again, listen, if if you're so easily swayed, then I don't understand why you're here, why you even decided to take that leap to be here from the get go.
Exactly.
Because we've had the best online, we've had backwards compatibility, we've had the big AAA titles since the 360 era. We've had all the applications came to our consoles first. That's what started it. Not that that's part of gaming, but saying for people that wants features and things like that. We've had all kinds of, what you call it, of the best indie games, arcade games that we grew up with. Um, you know, quality multiplayer
God of War
games.
is 2018. Ah.
The quality, the best quality. The best quality. Oh my God, multiplayer games, the best online
The
ecosystem,
best everything.
the best everything. Yeah, exactly. Best console that doesn't overheat.
Microsoft ain't
The
never slacked off
smallest
on nothing.
console. Yeah,
Our,
everything.
our, our
You
online
know,
ain't going down every other 2 weeks.
well, the thing is, we all know that right now Sony looks better in the sense of the triple A's because they don't have to work anymore. Their console's selling very well, and they already had their drought from 2013 to 2016.
Hey, Pot, the media, and the morons are doing their work for them.
Right,
This has been an excellent generation for them. It all
right,
started at E3 2013. The
right.
idiocracy, the media, Geoff Keighley, who's that other asshat that used to be an Xbox guy, but he was actually a pony. Whatever the hell his name was, that the media's doing the work for them. Questioning Phil and asking them stupid questions, and how Phil never cusses them the fuck out is beyond me. Look, if I was the head of Xbox, I would have been cussed the motherfucker out a long time ago. You know, matter of fact, that week at E3, I'd have cussed somebody out, and it would have been Don Matrick, and I'd have went down from there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, right. Well, I mean, look, I honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. The people that are in the community that keep trying to flip flop all the time, they say, "Oh, we flip flopping, we're doing this, we're doing that." Most of those people, I don't think we're hardcore fans to begin with, in my opinion.
No,
Xbox doesn't have hardcore fans, bro.
Not the way that we grew up with gaming with the
Yeah,
Sega and the Master System and the Super Nintendo and the NES, or how we played consoles for all the variations that we got on all the consoles.
Yeah,
right.
And we had a preferred console, yes, but we always played whatever appealed to us and whatever what we thought or felt was going to be fun, for us. You know what I mean?
they feel like they missing something. Oh,
Right.
like really, y'all, who is excited about another Spider-Man game? Now, if some of you are, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that.
Well,
But I mean,
here's the thing with
we
that,
all know
though.
what's going to happen. It's going to come out. Most of these YouTubers are going to play it, finish it in one day, put it in the YouTube channels, and throw it in the trash bin where it belongs. That's what they're going to do.
Well, look, E-Rock, there's been good Spider-Man games, okay? Whether people say there isn't, there wasn't, yes, they have, because I played almost all of them
Hmm.
because I like Spider-Man. Now, and we're talking about from back in the Genesis era as well too, and the Master System and all that arcades. You know, these guys,
And the CD had a good
right,
one.
and the Sega CD, right, and all of a sudden, all these people are Spider-Man fans, right? Nobody
Exactly.
played Spider-Man games, but all of a sudden, they're Spider-Man fans. But why is that?
It's on
Because that's
PlayStation.
because it's all they have.
It's on PlayStation. If it was on Xbox, nobody would give a shit.
Yep.
The impression is PlayStation has more. It has something that we don't have, and is absolutely ridiculous. But if we had Spider
Yeah,
Man and they had The Last Night or Ori and the Blind Forest, it's always been, well, PlayStation 3 is artistic and they
right,
have indies. Look at this game we have about this sperm cell wading through a woman's ovary. That is artistic. It's the artsy console. Now,
right, right,
Xbox
right,
is invested in indies, and y'all bitching about indies. Have
right,
you ever
right.
seen this shit before?
Nope.
No.
Well, it's like I'm telling you, have a hard time. That's it. It's like I said before. What happened? You know, basically, the only reason they want to play Spider-Man is because they know it's exclusive, which is a merchandising right that Sony has chokehold to Marvel. Okay. Now, this is my other question about that. Why was it that Sunset was not well good enough to play, even though it was unique and different? But Spider-Man, that's something common that we've had plenty iterations before.
And like
All of a
he
sudden, it's very
stated before, it has a lot of the same mechanics in the old one that people
Yes.
are trying to pass on.
yes, yes, which I will prove in a video that I've done very soon, which I will put up soon. Okay, but okay, you see.
Why was it what? Sunset Overdrive?
Well, no. That you see that all Sunset Overdrive being unique. Oh no. You know we're not Insomniac fans no more right now because
Because it was
that
on
game
They
Xbox.
betrayed it.
it's not good enough. But Spider Man, that's something that's been done multiple times already. All of a sudden, oh my God, this game is off the
Listen,
chain.
listen, Xbox.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Now listen, let me ask you another question, you guys. Resistance 3 wasn't a great series. It was mediocre at best, right?
It was good. I'm not gonna say it was great, but it was good.
It was mediocre at best. That's what I'm saying. It was
Not
decent. It wasn't
mediocre. It
great.
was good.
I mean, it wasn't at the caliber of a Halo or a caliber of a
No,
Metro
but it
or
was. I think it has a better campaign
Wolfenstein.
than the
it
Call of
was
Duties
different.
and the
It was
What I'm
different.
Battlefields.
what I'm saying is it was different, but it wasn't. The mechanics weren't really evolutionary. Like let's say like a Wolfenstein or Halo or something like I just mentioned before that. It just wasn't the greatest. It was I say okay, a good game or a solid game, but the whole series wasn't like that because it got worse and worse,
I,
right?
I
But
remember. Oh, sorry.
they didn't even buy three, right?
I remember
Then
when the first one came out. The first one looked very interesting. It just had the bad
yes,
luck of launching against Gears of War.
yeah, that's a very good point. Plus, remember another thing. Um, what was the other one that I was thinking of? Oh yeah, okay. And then Song of the Deep. Nobody bought it. It just came out recently.
Or
That's
Fuse.
that's Somniac, right? And
Fuse. Forgot
there's
Fuse.
fi- there's
Use.
there's 12 or 14 Ratchet and Clanks, right? And I think the first two were the only ones. Oh no,
12
nuts
or
and bolts.
14,
Yeah, it's 14, I think, altogether.
but Gears of War and Halo was milked.
Yeah, exactly. Nuts and bolts was the
What kind of bullshit is that?
Nuts and bolts was the only one that sold well, and so was the first one. That's why they did it three times and remastered it three times, right?
Yeah.
So there was another little game called Fuse, right? This was a multi-plat, and it was actually quite good and quite interesting compared to other stuff that they've done. It was different. That didn't sell well, right? So the only game that they ever done that sold decent was Ratchet and Clank, which was what an exclusive, right?
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
Resistance, somewhat because it was
And
exclusive.
not all of them sold well.
Right, right. And not all of them so well. Great, good point, Jay. So, okay, my point is everybody is an Insomniac fan, even on the Xbox side, because it's when they do a PlayStation game. When they do a game that's for everybody's benefit, like everybody so called said, why would we want to hold back people from playing great games from great developers? Song of the Deep failed. Fuse failed. Sunset Overdrive failed, right? Even though it was exclusive, right? What they all have in
Apparently.
common that they
They
weren't
were.
only all of them have what they have
Survey
only
says it was on Xbox.
because it was on Xbox or available on Xbox. right? But when they were on PlayStation, that's when they counted. That's why with me, this Spider-Man can suck a big fat dick. If it's good, I'll buy it when it's in the bin for $20. Why?
Like I would with any other Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a fair assessment coming from you because you didn't play none of the other ones. But my point is, I played all the other Spider-Mans, so I can honestly
Were they
say,
day one purchases for you when they came out, or were they like
listen,
$40 per?
something. Y'all can go look at a video of Web of Shadows, right? Which has probably
Great
the
game.
best combat system of Spider-Man than any other Spider-Man I've ever seen. And I didn't even know about it because my son showed it to me. I didn't play the game. He told me about it, and I didn't play the games, right? Zach and Darius, and they showed me the video. And I'm telling you right now, you can go look at this video, and that Spider-Man I'm getting now has nowhere near gonna have that type of combat. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, because I sound like I even took a breath for a minute. My point is this, you know, if you're an Xbox guy, be an Xbox guy. If you're going to be a flip flopper, then don't bother the community on Xbox side. Do your thing and don't bother. Because yeah, you can be critical about stuff like Jay. Jay Long's very critical. He says what he feels that Microsoft does right and Microsoft does wrong.
Yeah, but Jay
But
makes sense.
but Jay does it in a sensible way,
Yeah.
in a respectful way,
And in a non-hating way.
and he says, "Huh?
I want the brand to improve. I'm not just hating to
Right?
bring the
You're
brand
saying it
down.
because you actually want them to improve. Exactly. Great point. But Jay's also very patient because Jay realizes that ever since Xbox launched, and he owned the PlayStation first, people, mind you.
I think they're showing Spider-Man right now.
Oh, I don't know. He realized, right, that
Yep.
by the way, none of the games that Sony showed are coming out this year. By the way, people, they're all
None of
next
them
year,
were new.
with the exception
They had no
of
new announcements either.
Back Two. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, they had
They had
one
no new
Monster Hunter.
announcements
That's not a,
on
that's
the
not an
Shadow
exclusive.
of fucking Colossus, which is a fucking remaster.
It's a
Wait,
remaster, but
oh,
it looks
oh,
good.
oh,
They
oh, oh,
finally did
no, 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 so, hold, stop. Shadow the who?
Shadow of the
Colossus. They're
Colossus.
doing a
I
I
remaster.
love
thought,
that game. I
I
love
thought,
that
I know
game.
it's a good game,
That game
but
was awesome.
I thought Sony fans don't like playing old games.
Yeah, but they
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 just
did
told
they
us
remastered it. They
It's
actually did it
remastered from
really
the ground up,
ground up, right? Like years. They really did it
but the
real
animation still look like shit though.
right, right, right.
but it's still a game from what, 10 years ago?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
longer.
Twelve,
more, no,
actually.
longer, more,
Longer.
more.
Yeah.
I think it was
Came out in
PS2.
2005.
Gentlemen, stop making excuses for these motherfuckers. You know what that's called? It's
No,
called
no,
it's called hypocrisy.
it is hypocrisy because
It's
when we
called
said
hypocrisy.
right, because when we said we have years,
Sony doesn't want to give you backwards compatibility so they can sell you the remasters, and you idiots celebrate it. Let's guys, it's okay to take off the gloves. No one, you guys are all at remote locations. No one's going to track you down. These
right,
guys are the biggest hypocrites. All of them, every last one of them, they're all a bunch of hypocrites.
right.
Nobody cares about backwards compatibility.
It's
Nobody
just like the
cares
ones
about
that are
okay.
on Xbox with better
Shadow of the Colossus.
graphics.
That's great. Sony loves us. It's ridiculous.
Same thing. Right, right. So listen, like I was trying to say, I think I even lost my train of thought with that mouthful, Erock. You're right. It is just a remaster, and they like to talk all that dumb shit that we got remastered. But what we were trying to tell them was, no, they gave us real remasters, like they did with the Halo Wars 2. I mean, Halo 2 and Halo 1, Fable Anniversary, and Gears of War Ultimate. Those were real remasters from the ground up, where they actually showed that they cared for their consumers.
They're not selling you your old games you already played over
Right.
again. Like
Because they're not even giving you backwards compatibility.
they gave you Phantom Dust.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Plus, they're not giving you compatibility whatsoever, except, with what you got now. Right.
they remade Voodoo Vince or remastered it, but they sold it for the price of a fucking cheesesteak and two beers.
Right. Right.
Not 45 $50. Come on.
Right.
Why can't
Right.
nobody call Sony? Why can't nobody call these? I was great to say that word. This racist. Why can't anybody call these guys out for the bullshit?
Right. 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 Listen. Like, so I could, because I just saw Chuck Master is trying to come in here.
Hey, brothers.
Hey, how are you,
Tuck,
Tuck?
what's up?
Hey, what's up, Tuck?
Yo,
Chuck.
Oh man,
You there, Tuck?
yeah, I'm here. How my brothers doing?
We're
Pretty good,
there.
bro.
It is
Yeah,
what it is.
we're having a therapy session.
Well, we're trying to. We're trying to. I will tell you guys this. I can assure you without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to say Sony won because all they
Of
showed was
course.
the games that they announced, and
not
they
a
showed.
single new announcement.
Yeah, yeah, but it's
Microsoft at least had Forza 7.
right. Well,
Hey
well,
y'all, all I've been looking at
and Super Lucky Tales too. Also,
that they
so
want to talk about, man. This is something else, boy. Something else.
well, anyway, so listen, you have a very good point, E-Rock, and that's what we need to do. So what I've decided to do is I'm deciding not to um, follow a lot of people from this point forward that I wanted to follow, but I don't want to follow no more because I don't want to be around negativity anymore. And I'm probably going to unfriend some people, to be honest with you. I'm making it, you know, an announcement here because I don't want to be around dumb negativity. I really don't. And those people are probably not going to care anyway because they never look for me to begin with. The
Yeah.
point, you know what I'm saying? So the point I'm saying is, I want from this way forward to think positively and and enjoy my Xbox and enjoy what we're going to get and enjoy what Microsoft obviously has planned from November 7th forward because they didn't spend all that money on a new console with that much power, even though it's a mid-fresh region for nothing. I'm pretty sure what they got cooking in the oven, it's already there. You know?
And it's a shame that they had to come to that over
Right,
toys, over plastic boxes.
right,
But it's
right,
like this. I don't,
Say,
I don't, Tuck, I don't want to join a cult. I don't want to drink y'all Kool Aid. I've been there, did that. I had three PlayStations. Y'all think
right,
this? Y'all think this E3 2017 is shocking to me? Man, I've been seeing this ever since PlayStation railroaded the Dreamcast.
right,
So to me and Sega and Hebot, this shit ain't new. This is
right,
same old, bro.
right, right.
It's the
Well,
same old.
I can tell you right now, Spider-Man plays exactly like the old ones, but all it is full of CGIs and movie moments. They're trying to
and
do it
that's
like
all.
that's all they're doing.
Well, there's
But
a QuickTime event right now.
yeah, it's a quick time, man. They're not even.
Whoa, 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 whoa! QuickTime events. I thought you Sony
That
fans told
rise,
us
yeah.
that y'all hated QuickTime events when it was in
It looks
Rise.
great graphically, though. I will say that.
It
Graphically look
looks it
amazing.
looks like it looks like a movie because they're using mocap like they always do. That's exactly what they're
They
doing.
should have used
But they
mocap for State of Decay, bro.
and they're not using and then but Sony can do that, Jay, because Sony has a mocap studio.
They used
Microsoft has to
mocap.
pay for this. Yeah, but they paid for it a lot. You didn't see what they had to
They
pay
should have
for
paid for it
Halo.
for State of
This is
Decay.
in the other one. As a matter
I
of
think
fact,
they should have paid for it for State of Decay, though, man. Huh.
yeah, they're doing quick time events right now. You were right. They're doing the running up the building section. Yeah, I see it. Quick time, everything quick time, but they won't scrutinize this because it looks cool because it's a movie. It's Spider Man. That's why.
Mm.
Remember.
You could
So
do that
again,
wall running shit on the old ones.
yeah, everything that they're showing you could do on the other one. It's just more cinematic. That's all
Better
it is.
graphics.
It looks very slow while he's swinging, very slow compared to the other ones. He's fighting and following a helicopter. Anyway, so Chuck, now that you're here, listen, you only really tackled two topics, but we wanted to let everybody talk because we have more people, obviously. The
Right.
first thing was what did you like about Microsoft's conference? How did you feel about it? What did you like that kind of disappointed you? What was a drop like moment for you? And what did you saw that you maybe wanted to see that you didn't see? So let us know your thoughts on that.
I think, as far as I'm concerned, I
Stop.
think Xbox did a great job on the press conference. I was kind of disappointed. I'm just gonna make it real good and short with me. I think I was kind of disappointed because I wanted them to show like a god, like a son of Rome too, and which we didn't get. But you never could tell. That might be in the works later on. But as far as I'm concerned, they did a good job. I hate that the media is giving them all the hate in the world about the pricing and all that stuff. But I'm not. I don't be bothered with no price. Okay, that's how it is. And that's really basically all I got to say about it. I mean, I'm just so pissed off with the media is always trying to give Xbox all kind of hate. But here you seeing this this PS4 conference, and they ain't mentioned anything about about it's gonna be an exclusive on their system or nothing like that. I mean, but at least Microsoft did have the decency to tell you it's time exclusive or the launch exclusive and all that stuff. At least they had the decency to tell you that, but Sony ain't telling you none of that. But that's how they want them to
Microsoft
be.
show more Japanese games than Sony.
Yeah, but
You're joking.
I mean, but they just want to make.
And Spider-Man is 2018. Bwah, ha, ha.
Yeah, they did.
They said it was
Listen,
coming out this year. These fools,
Spider-Man
man.
is linear because there's too much cinematic in it. It's gonna be a linear game. I can tell
Sorry,
already.
Tuck.
So as far as I'm concerned, no. I mean,
Linear.
when you go to the Sony press conference, they don't put nothing up about nothing,
Yes.
but they want to have people believe that it just coming to their console.
Hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't like when you do that.
Right, right.
That's unfair. And then they
Where's my?
talking about this VR crap. Man, they're not interested in that VR stuff.
Me
Everybody
neither.
where they got over a million.
No, but that's
They
$500,
they
bro.
still talking
They
about
got
VR?
$500
They
Scorpio.
talking about
Nah, they were talking about VR for like a good 15 minutes, E-Rock. Like good 10,
Tuck,
15
hold
minutes.
on, hold on, Tuck. I'm sorry, Tuck, J Long. I'm asking both of you and Tuck this
Huh?
question. Sorry to cut you. Are they still trying to push VR?
yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah, they are.
If Microsoft had did that, people would have screamed.
But you know what? I saw they had an interview with Phil Spencer at the conference, and he was very aggressive about talking about VR.
Hmm.
Y'all need to listen to it. I mean, it's on 4G, 4G, one of the websites, 4G, and he
Okay.
talked about where he listened to the customers, and he said is everything that's great that that VR is kind of being a success right now. But to me, when you talk about a million console, I mean a million VR sets within a year, that's to me is a disaster. And I think
Okay.
and I think Phil knows that too. But Phil ain't gonna say that. Phil's gonna turn around and take the positive initials, saying that Sony did good about the VR, Optimus Rift, and the Vive. They did all pretty good and all that stuff. But he listened to the fans.
Hmm.
As far as like when it comes down to them just talking about about their PCs and their TVs and all that stuff. And the man asked him, "Is there a future for VR?" And he said, "As of right now, we'll see." He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. He said, "We'll see," and that's all it is to it. But let me ask you: is this press conference already over?
Yeah, it's only an hour long.
And they probably
Wow, they showed Miles Morales. Holy shit. I'm gonna get Spider-Man when it's $30.
What you said?
What?
What you said?
They showed Miles Morales.
Who's that?
What is
That's
he,
Spider Man.
that's the ultimate
he's
Spider.
the ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
the
a
one
black
who
Hispanic
replaced
one.
Peter Parker after he died.
Yeah, but I'm trying to. But the reason why that Spider-Man has that production value is because it's Marvel putting the money for it. That's the difference when you put money for stuff.
Hey
You
guys,
see what I'm saying?
hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
hey dude?
Okay,
They got
I got one more thing. Y'all know, I gotta go to work in the
Yeah.
morning, so I'm about to go on. I sub if I don't,
Got you.
get no
No
sleep.
problem.
Okay.
No problem. You have anything you want to say
Well, I
before you
mean,
leave?
thank you for having me on. And I had a great time, and I want to do as much as often as possible with you guys. I'm glad Tuck Master came in. Um, so y'all can find me at NWO Prime on Twitter with the I spelled as a one, and my YouTube channel NWO Prime. So
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely,
again.
what's
absolutely.
up, Prime? You doing okay, man?
Yeah, how you doing, Tuck? It's good to finally talk to you in person.
Yeah, hey,
Like I said,
It's
I
not
gotta.
on sticks for nothing.
Yeah, I'm old man. I
yes,
gotta get my sleep.
I love that. I love that.
hey, Prime, before you leave,
Sincere to the bone. Sincere to the bone.
I want to
Well,
ask
y'all
you
take
one
care. Y'all. Go ahead, brother.
Prime. I just want
Uh-huh.
to ask you one question. I know you want to see the Transformer movie on the 21st.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna go see it when it come out. In fact, me and Say we're gonna do a podcast about it, and I'm pretty sure all y'all invited to it too.
I
So,
can join you on that because I know the history of Transformers very
oh
well.
man, hell yeah,
I
you know that I can talk. I ain't even start talking about Transformers because this is be a whole other podcast. That's my shit. E-Rock had
They
a
love
conversation the
Transformers.
other day
Yes.
about that. But y'all let me get out. I gotta get in the bed. I gotta get up in the
All right,
morning.
Tuck. It was a pleasure having you. We're almost done anyway, but it was
Take
a
care,
pleasure having
Prom.
Take care, man.
All right, God bless you all.
All right.
you. All right.
Hey,
God
thank you,
bless you,
Brian.
Bobby.
Hey man, all I know, man, they've been there saying Sony won this press conference.
They're
They
going to,
should.
Tuck. They're going to. It's already done. That's all. Listen. The agenda today was to change the narrative from yesterday, which was the most powerful console, the best multiplats on the most powerful console. So now we got to change the narrative to, well, Sony won E3, even though 97% of the stuff they showed ain't coming out to 2018, just like Xboxes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You watch. You'll see minus the making his videos. Yeah man. Sony's press conference ruled, man. You're gonna see all of this bullshit within the
Right.
next 7 hours. You mark my
Well,
words.
I'm already seeing Jeff Keighley doing his thing.
Yeah, talking this bullshit. Yeah,
You can't
Uh,
do it,
and
man.
it's
I mean,
so
it-
Tuck, listen, we were basically the second topic was, and we'll finish with you obviously, and then I'll give some thoughts and Jay Long about the Sony press conference because I know you guys ain't gonna watch it. One, and two, me and Jay have a pretty good idea of what they showed. Um, Tuck, what we talked about is what do you feel about what you see as far as the Xbox community, your Xbox brethren, and the media, and all the negativity, even though it should have been positive because of Microsoft being and having such a different show.
well, I tell you what now. I tell you right now, he but this is what I'm disappointed in. Okay, the media. We know the media is always out there and all that stuff. We know they don't like Microsoft from the get go. We know Sony. They'll trash shit on the Xbox like it ain't nothing. On the Microsoft like it ain't nothing. But I'm really disappointed in our Xbox community because we always talking about games and all that stuff, and I always have said it don't make no doggone difference if they make the exclusive games and people don't buy them. Why the hell should they just make them?
yes,
Why should they make them if we ain't gonna go out there and buy them? Why should they make any game for any platform? That's including the PS4. That's including everybody. Because if the people don't go out there and buy it, why should they make it? That's just the truth. I mean, we know Madden's gonna sell. We know 2K, the basketball is gonna sell.
Call of fucking Duty.
We know it's gonna sell. Okay, we know it's gonna sell. But to
I didn't
me,
even
when
show
you
Star
got
Wars. I
people
didn't show.
already talking about, Ferraza, Motorsports already dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
You already got people already talking about Crackdown. They didn't show any of the explosives and all that stuff. That's already bull crap too.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
they explained that it was because they showed the campaign, and then some
Right,
people were like, "Oh, they downgraded the graphics." What happened was, is that they changed when you saw it the first time. They had like realistic graphics with cell shading outline, and what they did
right,
was they changed it completely and brought it back to the original, where it's all like cartoony. Me
right,
personally, I would have rather them leave it the way it was because it felt more advanced or futuristic. But
right.
I think they wanted to keep it within the same family. So I get what they're saying. Plus, we got to take into consideration this is Sumo Digital. This is one of Sega's old houses. And these guys are not really experts at doing uh, really high quality, uh, robust campaign and like they're up and coming. In other words, is what I'm saying. That, like they've never even made games that run at 60 frames. That's why when people are like,
They
oh,
did
but why
Outrun
is it?
too. They
Huh?
did Outrun too. They did
Right. That's
Outrun too.
that was probably one of their best works that they did, as far as what I remember or know off the top of my head. So the fact that they can't get the game to 30 frames or to 60 frames, I don't think it's just because they want to make sure that the people on S don't feel inferior because it's the story mode. It wouldn't matter. I really think it's because that build of what they're doing, they're working with what they got. I think Microsoft's mostly concentrating as far as Crackdown goes on the cloud with the multiplayer, and I think what they gave them to do the what you call it the campaign, they didn't really put a lot of money into it because I think they're hoping that this will be their next big online game for the community. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I mean, it
And I
has
mean,
has star power. Terry Crews the main character. Uh,
oh heck yeah, got star power. So that was the main thing right there. It's like, darn, they got Terry Crews doing this.
Right, but like I told you, the guys before you came in, Microsoft press conference felt more like what a Sony press conference from 2013, 2014, 2015, mixed in with their style as well. Because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to lure in the casuals that kept saying, I like Sony because they give you all types of variations and they make the casuals feel welcome. And I think that was what they were trying to do. And then they showed the multiplats at the highest fidelity to show the people, listen, you're not going to be able to play games with this type of graphic fidelity right now on any other console. Like they just showed Spider-Man. It looked really nice, but it didn't have a lot of detail. It just looked good. It looked clean, but
Right.
you didn't see particle effects, a bunch of like fire effects or leaves like you did like in Aston, Anthem, for example. You see what I'm saying? It didn't have weather effects, nothing. It was just quick time event, a little explosion here, like typical running gun like they've been doing with with all their games because like like let's say like Uncharted or whatever. But it does look good. It looks clean, but that's because it has the money of Marvel behind it, obviously. Um,
I play this. I play this. When they operate this, they got real quiet. The Sony people,
right.
they got real quiet. When they show God of War ain't gonna be out until next year, they got quiet. They heard crickets then, boy, because they don't have nothing coming out at the end of this year, like it was last year, like it was the year before. But you got these people in the Xbox community always bitching and complaining that we don't have no games. But
Gentlemen, yo, so I'm
but
sorry. Yeah,
Microsoft is always coming out with their games at the end of the year.
yes,
So when they turn around and pull back two games and pull back two games for next year, then they want to cry wolf, bitch, complain about that and all that stuff. I'm saying, guys, what the hell do you want?
exactly.
So I'm more disappointed in the Xbox community than I am anything else. Listen, crack gamers, um, crack gamers.
Oh, Bang Bang, yo, ponies are disappointed in Bang Bang.
Yo, dig this, yo. Is that you, J Long?
Yeah.
Hey, J Long, guys. Good stuff. Listen, the tweets are coming in. Here's the one from Insider X. Sony's conference was a remaster of 2016. Xbox clearly had a better conference. Hold
Thank you.
on, hold on. I just finished watching the PS4 conference. So what y'all think? Was the Xbox conference so bad? Somebody else named Xbox Trigger said Sony take that L. And hold on, wait, it gets better. And wait, Mr. 100, what happened to Gran Turismo Sports? Tim Dog says, shit the bed conference 2017. Wow. And Snoopy X says, are you serious? Is that it? Kick off two DLCs, VR, and show games for 2018. Where's Gran Turismo Sport?
Right.
And it only lasted 1 hour. Wow.
You know
Well,
what?
Gran Turismo
Somebody
Sport
said.
they
What
showed
somebody said. I'm gonna tell
in
you
the
what
free
somebody said.
show. In the free show.
Somebody said since they showed that Forza Motorsports, they probably gonna pull that off. They probably gonna pull that off
No,
because
what they did, hey Tuck, what they did was they showed it at the pre-show the hour before and they showed nothing but the replay stuff to make it look like impressive. They never actually showed the gameplay when you're playing the game, and they didn't give a date. They just said fall this year. The only game they actually announced were two indie games, which was that game they announced on the show floor a couple years back. What was it called, Darius? The one with the robot that looks like Metroid that they announced a couple years back. Oh, remember that game Matter Falls that they showed a CG?
right. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it looks like a really little character like Metroid, and it's a 2D side scroller. That's all they showed. That comes out this year, and Knack 2 comes out this year. Comes out September 2nd.
Let me ask you: did they show any of the Star Wars? Because I missed the Star Wars
They
thing.
didn't even show the Star Wars in the press. No, not even in the
In
pregame.
other words,
Not even in the pre-show. Nothing. The only two marketing deals they showed was Destiny and
uh,
Call of Duty. And Call of Duty looks really good.
so you know what? That let you know right there, fellas. They spent all that money on
Hey guys, every bad thing I said, take that away. Cause Sony showed no stage demos for any of their games. Well, except for Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah, I told you.
Spider-Man.
No,
Wow.
they showed Days Gone, but Days Gone looks just like Last of Us. It plays
Right.
exactly like
Oh
Last
yeah,
of Us.
yeah, they did show Days Gone. You're right.
Exactly, and don't release date for that either.
So my prediction was right. It
As
really
a matter of
it
fact,
really
they
was Sony's
showed.
bad day in L.A. Yes.
Well, look. It wasn't bad because the
It
game
wasn't a
showed.
bad show.
They showed very well. The
Let's
games.
go.
They are quality. They showed well.
Graphically, they look better than everything on Xbox outside of Forza.
Okay.
Well, the thing is that you can tell that they're putting time into them.
Oh, better than Anthem?
But no, not better
Oh, I'm
than
about to
Nah,
say.
better than the exclusives they showed this
the,
E3 except
the problem is that they showed all those, the few motion video stuff, the mocap stuff,
Yeah, the mocap
the
stuff.
close
they
up,
all
the
look like
close
they're
up
on the
shots.
same engine for some reason, right? Right,
Right?
Chris?
Yes. I was about to say that. You took the word right out of my mouth. They all look like they're running on the exact same graphic engine. That I can
Yeah,
see.
bro.
Absolutely.
Smoke and mirrors.
No. God of War looks nice. It looks
I'm
nice. I
sure it
can't lie.
does.
But it looks like
But didn't
the
we see that
combat.
last year?
Yeah.
At
But they
last
showed
year's
like
E3?
a full fledged gameplay. They say early next year. That's what it said. So probably March. The point I'm getting at is that they had a good showing because the game showed well on the screen, on the stage. But it's because they give that movie style presentation. Even Detroit showed well, and that's just an interactive movie. But you can move around the guy, make some decisions. It's still an interactive movie like Heavy Rain. But the point is that the other games are coming out this year,
Who
like
showed more
everybody.
games?
Well, Microsoft showed a lot more different games, that's for sure. They just
They
showed a
showed
lot
like
more.
the same amount of like triple A's though.
The triple A's they showed were more because we already knew from them from last year. You know,
No, they didn't show more.
you
They
don't think
showed
so?
four and we showed four. And not a
The
single one
one,
of the four is coming out this year on
yeah,
Sony,
but the
and
ones
not
we
a
showed
single of the
weren't they
four was a new
multi-plat, Jay?
announcement. Huh?
The ones we showed weren't they multi-plat too or no? Like
No, we
Ash,
showed four. We showed Forza. We
or is that
showed
Crackdown?
Right down.
Crackdown, State of Decay, and Sea of Thieves. Four
Oh
AAA.
yeah, they're just not coming out this year. You're right.
But State of Decay, no, but Crackdown and Forza are coming out this year. None of the
Yeah.
four
So,
AAA Sony
so
showed are
guess what,
coming out
guys?
this year.
Technically, we have more games than they do again this year because Cuphead is coming out.
Well, no, they have Knack 2 and Gran
Super,
Turismo,
yeah,
but
we have
they weren't at E3, so
Cuphead and we have Super Lucky Tales and we have that Beautiful Escape and the other one what was the other one?
I'm getting that. I'm getting that. That looks cool.
The Last Night. All that's supposed to be out by launch.
Yeah, the last night that Jordan looks like it's
See what I'm
a
saying?
2D steampunk game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks amazing. It looks different. That's for sure. It looks amazing.
that's what I want. I want different. I'm tired of the same old
Plus
shit.
remember we got Halo Wars 2, we got Candleman, we got Wells. Even though they're not super high quality, but we got them Rise and Shine. You know what I mean? We're getting the DLC for Halo Wars 2. And again, I don't want to make it seem like sound like we're damage controlling. The point I'm saying is, I believe
No, we ain't damage control.
when it's all said and done,
Damage
I
control is
believe
the
we
truth.
still got more games this year, even though they're smaller games. I think that's what I'm alluding to. I don't know, Jay. You tell me, Jay.
What all games do we got? We got
well, if we do that, they'll just throw in our face. Oh, we got all these smaller Japanese games.
Yeah, but those are
So
handouts. Those are not from
those are not
first
those
party.
are not games. We talking about
Like we own
games.
Cuphead and we own Super Lucky Tail. You know what I mean?
right, okay.
Shit,
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't going
Which
about
different.
I'm getting that $20 super lucky tail. I'm getting that. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Oh yeah. Physical is
No,
30.
Look, tell us 30. It's 30. Yeah. Oh no, it's
Physical.
20 digital. Okay.
shit
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Hell, right now you can go up there and download Cuphead for 20.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
Bone said. Yeah, Bone said that yesterday.
Yeah. So all they're getting this year was the Horizon they got that was published by them. The other one, Jay, the Gravity Rush 2 earlier in the year, and then now they have
Neck.
Knack. Oh, and GT Sport. That's it.
No, and I guess they'll say MLB.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
MLB, but that's a sports game. That's every year. That's every year iteration.
they don't know when it's gonna come out though.
Right. Well, GT Sports said they said false 2017, but they didn't give a date. So that means it
You
could
know what?
probably be pushed back.
It's gonna be pushed back to next year.
It could. That's what because they didn't give a specific date.
No, it is.
Some of these sites are trying to push Monster Hunter as an exclusive.
Oh no, it's not.
It's not. It's confirmed. It's
It never
funny.
said.
Bang Bang. A lot of people jumped the gun on Bang Bang, but they got quickly
PS4 is not
corrected
an
and they
exclusive.
quickly got egg on their face.
Well, you could put it up because I think Capcom confirmed it. They showed
Yeah, they did.
Monster Hunter,
Oh
and
yeah,
Monster
mad
Hunter
people
looks
did it
nice.
before me.
Looks nice.
So it's
Monster,
not an exclusive, or it is.
No, they showed it and it looks really nice. So I can imagine what it's gonna look like on Scorpio because it looks
So it's
nice.
not exclusive, so that's good. I like that.
No, Capcom already confirmed it's not exclusive.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You
So
know,
man, it is what it is, man. I mean, these
I
companies,
I, I give them props because the games look nice. Like God of War looked nice, Days Gone looked nice, and Spider Man looks nice, and Detroit looks nice. But it was stuff that they announced last year. So if Microsoft could get scrutinized for it, so can they. You see, because they didn't even have release dates. At least when Microsoft something shows something the
they got
following year, that's the year it comes out. You see what I'm saying?
right. Now let me ask you this, Hebot. Let me ask you this.
Yeah, what's up?
Out of everything what I said, that's what I'm mostly disappointed out of.
Huh?
I'm not disappointed. The media is gonna be biased either way it go. We know how the media, the IG, and the media is gonna be towards Microsoft. But what I'm
Right,
pissed off, we already know about all about the Sony ponies and all that stuff. But like you said, I'm gonna distance myself away from some of the Xbox guys that are negative because
Yes,
right,
sir. Yes,
I
yes.
don't
My
I'm tired of
man.
that negative bull crap.
My man.
right,
I'm
right,
buying the system they want. I'm buying the system they want. But I get so tired of people talking about Xbox don't have any games. Okay, we got games. Microsoft don't have a game till the end of the year.
right, right,
Now it's like now you hear this cliche now that they ain't have no games at the end of the year.
right,
They do got some good games coming at the end of the year, but they also gonna have some good games coming out at the beginning of the year. And
right,
that's the way they need to do it. If people want to bitch complain about, well, we don't have any exclusive coming out in the first part of the year, you might as well leave two or three of those exclusives out until the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
right. Another thing I want to add to real quick is you gotta also remember that a lot of the games, like they just show Spider Man and they just show God of War. All those games look really impressive too because they're single player. They're not multiplayer. So
Yeah,
something like Days Gone, it's not four player co op. It's not a big open world. It doesn't have the diversity where you could get on all types of things like cars, planes, motorcycles. So technically, it's not going to be as detailed, okay, unless maybe with the power of Scorpio, obviously, as something as Days Gone, because Days Gone, it looks like it's single player. It looks all closed in, like they did. It has like the same cameras. All of them have the same camera, believe it or not, E-Rock, of Rise. Did you notice that, Jay?
Yeah.
They all have the same camera of Rise, with the exception of Spider-Man. It looks just like the other Spider-Mans.
what I ask y'all? I want to ask y'all, why did Sony spend all this money on the marketing rights of Star Wars and they ain't showing on the damn stage?
Are you kidding me? That
I
makes
mean,
no sense.
so let me ask you this. So do you think Sony might have gotten scared and said, okay, you know what? We don't have the better version.
hmm
We got the better version.
That
I
could
just think
be.
I just think that they realized how bad it's gonna look if when they show their games and then people see it on the X, they're gonna realize, oh shit, fuck that. We're not gonna make it look bad. So they showed their exclusives because their exclusives are dedicated to their consoles. So
Right.
they're gonna show better. But the thing that I'm getting at is their exclusives are all single player. That's why they look so well.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to put it like this. Sony took a big L to me.
Mm,
And y'all already know how I feel about Sony. Like I said, I'm not buying no dog crap system like that because ain't no sense me having two systems in my house and I know one I'm not going to play.
right,
That's all it is. I mean,
right,
that's my whole thought. I mean, it's been like that for the last 3 years. It's gonna be like that for the next four, or for
right,
the next five, for the next six, for the next 10.
right.
I would not never ever buy another Sony product in my house, and I haven't done that today.
Hey, listen, that's your choice. You can do that, and I respect it because I understand where you're coming from, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
Wow. There's this guy who's like, yo, Sony had a decent conference, but Spider-Man being 80% QuickTime events was a bit of a letdown.
well,
Wow.
He's right.
I told you guys that's what it looks. It looks like all cinematic. It's very linear. You have more gameplay in Amazing Spider-Man 2 than you did in that game. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
right. You didn't have no doggone gameplay in that.
but it looks great. I still play it because it looks good. I'm not gonna lie, but we all know it's exclusive because of that marketing chokehold. That game would have been on Xbox One as well, but they can't do nothing about it, because it's that chokehold they got, that Sony got against Marvel. So they could have
How
it.
the
I
fuck
mean,
did they not announce anything new?
Who,
because
Sony?
because they did it last year.
Yeah,
Remember, they got desperate with the Scorpion
they
announcement.
really shot their load. Wow.
Yeah,
They
Because
didn't
their
even show
Hey,
fan
last.
yo,
their
hey, yo,
fan
Mook said
bases
it.
are their fan bases
Wow.
are people like
Mook
Jabari.
said
They'll
it.
buy
Mook said it.
anything
Wow.
as long as it's from Japan. They'll buy it. We this has been proven.
Listen, Mooch said it. I said it. A lot of people said it that they busted their low because they were scared. They don't know what else to do with that announcement. They got caught off guard. And if you think it's bad now, wait until they show the games on the Scorpio running 100% next D3. Then you're really gonna see.
Hell, sooner than that. When's PAX?
Um, no, not PAX. PAX already passed. We're
When's the
gonna
next?
see
What's the next show?
Gamescom is what we gotta see.
Gamescom.
Hmm.
hey, now let me ask you this, fellas. Now, what is that game? What is the name of that game with oh, Days Gone?
Hmm. Hmm.
Is that exclusive or what?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's exclusive. It's exclusive. It's from one of their inside house.
Now
But
that now
but
that
it's a linear game. It's not like Dead Rising where you can do a bunch of stuff. It's more linear. So and they have a lot of mocapping that you see going on. And God of War looks like a babysitter game. To be honest with you, it looks like he's babysitting the boy the whole time.
They love these games with these children.
Yeah, yeah,
What is going on? It's bizarre.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks good, but it looks like they're babysitting everybody. Like he's babysitting his son the whole time.
Dad of War.
Yeah, yeah. Which is kind of crazy because it's kind of crazy because the whole charm about his character is he has the ashes of his wife and his loving son on his body, and it was cursed on him. So it's kind of weird because the son he has looks normal, like he had it with another woman, and he still looks gray. So I don't know how they're gonna fit that in the story, but it's just weird. I don't know. For me, it's weird.
hey,
They didn't.
what other tweets are you getting from that Pony Station side?
What do you mean?
I mean, what other negative news are you getting on that side? I mean, I want to hear.
Well, it's not that it's negative. It's that they did exactly what all the Xbox fans were predicting.
Right.
That they were going to
Gotta
show the
be
same
more
games. They were going to show the same games in playable form, and everybody was going to be like, "Oh my God, it's the greatest conference ever." But if you're really a realist, you're going to say, "Listen, they didn't do no better than Microsoft, other than the games looking good." But that's because they have a head start because they already showed the games that have been in development for a while, and maybe these are the only best games they have. Maybe after this, they don't have anything and they're gonna start from scratch because remember that's what happened to them with PS3. They shot their load at the end of the cycle of the PS3, but in the beginning they didn't have anything. You see what I'm saying?
No, they shut their load. To me, they shut it.
No, remember they got Last of Us 2 too. Remember that and Death Stranded. I just don't know if they're gonna be out for this console. They
Death
might be
Stranding
out.
for sure not. Hell no.
And Last of Us just started also. So remember they just did that DLC. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
As far as I'm concerned, I just was not. I mean, when they showed the VR, I was like, damn, 15 minutes another VR. Okay,
right.
okay. You said you got over a million systems out there. Okay, within a year's time, is that a success? Hell no, that's not a success. And then all of a
Well,
sudden
the,
they say,
v, the VR is obviously a thing because they still showed games this year, even though they only showed three, but they showed games. So we just gotta
but
see what happens. We gotta see what happens.
but I just don't see it. Like I said, I just don't see it going anywhere.
Right, right,
I
right,
just don't. I mean, you talking about a million? A million ain't crap for the money that they put into that VR stuff.
right, right.
The money that they put into it, then all of a sudden they gonna say, well, we sold over a million. Whoop de damn do. Hell,
Right, right. Well, look, all I can tell you is what Microsoft needs to do too is make a couple of games like this with this type of production value with single player, and then nobody can say anything because they
right?
officially
Yeah,
covered all the genres. You see what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
I think that's what they're missing. They need more rises. They need more quantum breaks. to name the two that off the top of my head, and that way people can't be like, oh, well, they don't have games like that. Once they do that, believe me, they can't say nothing because they got
Nobody can't say nothing after
every
that.
single angle covered. They got every single genre covered. In other words, do you agree with me, Jay? I don't know if you
Yeah,
do.
I agree to that. Yeah.
Microsoft had more variety.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying if they need to do a couple more like these, so that the perception be like, oh, that they don't have them, would go
Well,
they
they need more realistic looking games, definitely.
right with that photorealistic look. Right, right,
Yeah, because Forza is the only one.
right, right,
Well,
and
this
people
year,
right, and so people could see that yeah,
because
they
we
can
did
do
have
it.
Rise and whatnot, but
Right. Well, I mean, Rise, Quantum Break, but that's not enough to prove that
yeah,
they can
they
do it.
like
You know
Spark.
what I mean? Right. Because that's really what it is. Is people are like, oh, but the PlayStation looks so realistic because they use all that mocap and things like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see. So listen, Sega Forever, you haven't chimed in quite a while. I think it's time for us to end the cast. Um, because we spoke more than our boatload. I'm so sorry, Chuck, that you came in late.
Oh, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it.
We were trying to get you in here for quite a while,
Yeah, I
but
know, but I'm in here now, so you don't have to worry about that no more.
it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad you made it at least. It's always great to be able to sit down and talk to you and hear from your side, your thoughts, regardless whether they're unorthodox or people might not understand you, but we get you because we're old school.
I was old school and all that stuff. So, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm hoping that my boy Kano gets better and all that stuff. So,
Oh yeah, yes, yes. Kano is
praying for him.
going
He's
through
kind of
some delicate times right now, and
yeah.
shout outs to him, and we do wish that he gets better.
So that's basically about it. So
What happened, Jay? What happened?
laughing, Jay,
the
why you laughing?
the social media is going crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
Sony,
That's
they're
it.
like egg on their face. It's funny to see Sony fans finally be humble. They're humble right now.
Hey, forever. Are you there?
Hey J
Yeah,
Long, what they saying?
We'll talk
Oh,
about
they're
it after
bad.
when we're off air. So let's end it, and then we'll talk about it off air. Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
all right.
the only because we've been going long, and I think Ero got to go to work, and I don't want to
No,
like.
no, I'm hanging out. Right? Don't
Oh no
send
no no no! I'm
don't
just
send me to work. I
um,
want to I want to hear how Sony fucked up. Shit.
yeah. Yeah. Oh god, no! But then they'll think they'll be. This is a. We don't. I don't want to give
Official
up.
Final Fantasy Fishing, bro. Killer app for VR.
Oh God.
Jesus. So forever, you have any final thoughts or anything you want to say?
no, we're good. We're good.
You're good.
There's only one thing I want to say, y'all. Is
Go
this?
ahead.
Did they mention anything about that little ass Switch that they call Nintendo Switch? Did
Tomorrow,
they mention
half an
anything about
hour.
that?
That's
Tomorrow,
gonna be garbage also. Oh my god. Oh my
That's
god.
gonna be hilarious.
tomorrow, half an hour. Let's see what happens.
What time is that gonna be?
Listen, Chuck. When they just showed a game with that they teamed up with Ubisoft today with Mario and Raging Rabbits, that's just telling you right now that Nintendo's finally getting it. That if they don't do something different, they're gonna be out of the business as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Guess who just said Sony had a good conference?
Oh.
Jabari. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
It was good. It was good, but it wasn't as good
It
as
was
Xbox.
entertaining to look at all those movies. Yeah, absolutely.
It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
what about the fraud? Had the fraud said anything?
I don't even want to know what that bald headed dude
Oh,
said.
who
I don't even want
cares?
to hear that.
He was a showstopper this morning, by the way. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I don't even want to watch
He
that.
was a showstopper this morning, talking. It pissed off a lot of people. Like kind of like what Sega Forever said. Like with Red Dragon, he's like, "Oh, Microsoft taking the L. Microsoft doing this." I'm like, "Wow, Jesus Christ!"
I'm not gonna
They
say
just
that after
announced.
watching this.
Well, they just announced the console. You got to give them time to do what they got to do. They're reconstructing, obviously.
Right.
You know.
So all I
Anyway,
gotta
Yeah, I
do they
feel a lot better about Xbox GT, bro.
do they know when there's when do they know when there's gonna be a pre-order where you can pre-order this Xbox One
uh,
X?
I'm pretty sure we'll get some details soon. They didn't even announce a price reduction for the Pro. I'm surprised.
They're not
I
gonna
thought
do
they,
it.
I
Can't,
thought they would.
You're
they,
right. Wow, so the Scorpio ain't that bad off.
Right. So wow.
They can't do it
Anyway,
because they already did it for the gold Xbox.
right.
Gold Slim.
Yeah, but they didn't do it for the pro. They didn't now announce a new version, a new iteration, a price drop. Nothing.
Not
I
gonna
mean,
do that right
that
now.
means
They
they,
know
that means they can't afford to. That's what that means. Not right now, anyways. So
spent too
anyway,
much money. They spent too much money on that stuff, all that stuff last year that everybody talked about.
right. Well, listen, guys. Listen, I want to throw in one more thing real quick, Chuck. Uh, for those who didn't know, they did a nice little montage of the controllers and the control lab. They added a lot more stuff now. If you want to do one of your control labs, still, they added a bunch of features that you can add to the controllers now, like the grip in the back and metallic colors and a bunch of other stuff. Just to throw that out there.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, because all we have is controllers.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, yeah, that's
No, but cool thing. So listen, let's give our outros and we out of here. E-Rock 8150, my brother, you
Hey,
really let it out the way you're supposed to in pure one fantastic expert fashion. Where can we find you, my man?
hey, man, this is Iraq 8150, the Don King of Xbox. You can find me on Twitter at Iraq 8150, and of course the YouTube channel. Like, hate, or subscribe. And we said we had to say, man, and I had fun as always being with my true friends, my Xbox brothers, the true leaders, hopefully one day of the Xbox community, because we bleed green. And I'm out.
Right now, to my main man that came in late, but better late than never. The always ever so wonderful and delightful and mouthful holds no punches. Tuck Master, Miguel
hey
Tucker,
everybody.
DGA Tucks, my brother, my godfather and brother.
Lord.
Please, where can we find you?
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tugmaster. You can always find me on Xbox Live. No matter where you get, I got my own YouTube channel. It's called DJX785.
Yes, go subscribe, please.
Always subscribe to me and all that stuff. I'm gonna give a recap Friday, Friday after everything's said and done. Probably Friday morning.
Right,
I don't have to work on Fridays and Saturdays and all that. So give me a whole recap early in that morning. Um, as far as I'm concerned, Sony take a huge loss today. As far as I am concerned, I
right.
don't know about everybody else, but I want to give love out to my boy Kano, wishing that he get better and all that stuff again. And Kano, and I'm not running from you. I know we still got our bet going on with the so that ain't nothing new. So hey man, but you get yourself better. Hey, love
Yes,
you, bro. And I'll
yes,
talk to y'all later. Oh, and
yes.
well, I'm not off the stage. I'm just gonna let y'all know that hey, I have all of everybody for every Xbox Pro true Xbox fan. We ain't
Right,
talking about these fraud ass. We talk about true Xbox fans.
right.
Games, play the games, and support their system. So that's about all. So all those frauds out there, kiss my behind. Talk to
Well, Chuck, listen. If I like eating putang and you don't, I can't tell you that you got to do it. So, hey, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of life, man. We have options. We have our own taste,
right.
but we got to learn how to respect them and be civil. Which is something that we've forgotten to do. Jay Long, my son, my inspiration at this point. Listen, take it easy. Don't be harsh on the ponies, all right? And I know you got to continue so good. You haven't stopped laughing. I can't. I keep hearing you from one side of my mic the whole time, or my ears, or headphones rather. Where can we find you?
Find me on YouTube and Twitter, JLong908. Yeah. It's pretty funny. My opinions changed during this podcast. Before E3, I was like, I don't know. Once I saw Sony's E3, I was just a huge sigh of relief. Like, you know.
Hey, listen.
So
When
yeah.
you pay for marketing deals for every game known to man, and you don't show them on stage, there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
problem.
you know what they say, guys. He who lives by the marketing deals dies by the marketing deals.
Yeah,
I love it. I
but
love it.
wouldn't don't you think those people will be kind of pissed because they showed Destiny, they showed Call of Duty? I think that was it.
I love it.
I don't know. I'd be kind of mad you didn't show my game after we made a deal.
Microsoft showed you new shit, and all you saw was more of the same, more of the
Right.
same,
It's just
more
because it's different. They don't got those big, mind-boggling games this year. That's what it is. That's all it is.
more robotic videos and demos and shit you're not seeing until 2018. You ponies
Right.
must love waiting. You must love waiting. You must love.
Right.
That's why they call that console wait station. Y'all must love it,
Right.
and I love seeing y'all get mad in my comment section. So imagine all the hate, death threats, and doxing is going to happen us Xbox this week. Get ready for it, guys.
Wasn't that the gameplay? Oh. Right. So listen, J Long, that's all you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Jay is on. He's in the zone right now. Forever.
Hey, what's up?
Forever.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta keep talking forever because forever. Listen. This man right here. While we doing this, he's handling like five other things. He should have been a lawyer. I swear to God. He multitask expert over here. Uh, thank you for letting me host again, my brother. Where can we find you?
Yeah, Xbox All In channel, Sega Forever on YouTube, at Sega Forever on Twitter. Um, yeah, everybody's going nuts right now. But yeah, thanks for hosting the show, brother. As always,
Oh
appreciate
no, no, no! I told you you asked me for this day forward. You wanted me to do it since the last one. I said I give you my word. As long as I'm available, I'll promise. I'll be here for you. I hope I just wasn't too boring today. Because I'll be honest, I was a little distracted because I was trying to do both things at once to kind of capture what was going on and the Sony press as well. And I apologize for that. Next time you'll get my regular retarded self. So guys, you can find me at HeBot, most powerful gamer on Twitter, or Powerful Gamer. You can find me at Xbox Live, HeBot8, space between the E and the B, and between the number 8 and T. T. You can find me on intromediagaming.com, and you can find me on Facebook with the World of Xbox, with the X-Men of the DX Mansion, with my boy New Legal Felon, Israel Wallace, and Sean Raleigh over there. Um, and uh, and on my YouTube channel, which is I know you're not gonna come to it because I'm a real gamer, and I'm gonna tell you like it is. Whoever does come though is greatly appreciated because I hold no punches. I'm gonna speak my mind the way that probably most won't. But if you do, I really appreciate it because you become part of my family. That's the way I feel about it. So thanks again. It's been an honor to have all you guys again here. Uh, Maybe sometime this weekend we could probably do our thoughts on Nintendo's and Sony's press and a more in-depth feel after we grasp it all in. And it's been fun. So guys, listen, keep it Xbox, like in the words of Lazy Phoenix, Xbox for life, like a sickness that can't be cured. That's my saying. That's my slogan. If you don't like it, oh well, too bad. Love you guys. Have a good night.